Brought to you by Double Quick, Keisha Caldwell Bankruptcy Express, Hometown Pharmacy and Hazard, Mountain Health Alliance, TPBT Bancorp, Primary Care Centers, Kentucky Farm Bureau Whitesburg, and Heidi Hoffensberger Law.
And welcome to BT Dub. We're being blinded by the sun. We're arguing about being late. Is it an argument?
I'm not late.
We're arguing about
I was on time.
Me posting that we're going on air on my Facebook so somebody in this world may actually watch. So you're welcome. My feet hurt. It's Friday. The sun's in my face.
The feet hurt.
They're killing me. My feet are killing me tonight.
His feet are killing him from running so much.
I have been running a little bit, but I don't think that's it. I think it's these shoes.
Oh,
when we come back from our first break, I'm going to have them off.
Your shoes off?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a telescope. Oh, no, I think it might be a cannon.
Is that a cannon?
I'm pretty sure we're next to the pyro. It's okay.
That? What is that?
It's an oil rig.
It looks like, is that a seesaw?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you.
I don't work here.
Josh, what is that?
Josh doesn't work here either.
It actually, we have confirmation there is a pyrotechnic firework cannon.
Buddy, I know a cannon when I see
setting
one.
Just off camera. I hope they don't set that
off. The
off.
show's been going on 2 minutes. It's already off the rails.
First up, who's up in the booth tonight? Jeremiah?
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Bullfrog.
First up is Cat Talk. Cat. Wow. I want you to spell cats with C-A-Y-U-T.
A picture of a calzone.
Because our first topic is Zach Calzone.
Calzone. Calzone.
It's actually Calzada. If you've not heard the news by now, according to the latest report out of the University of Kentucky football locker room today, Cutter Boley will be starting at quarterback tomorrow against Eastern Michigan at 7:30.
All-time good quarterback
at Kroger/Commonwealth Stadium.
Cutter, all-time good quarterback name.
Well, what's great about this is we forecasted this without even meaning to. We didn't even mention Calzada in the first show.
It wasn't even part of the prophecies.
And now Cutter Boley, as if we knew it all along, is going to be your starting quarterback. All right. First, did you watch the game?
Yes. No. I did, but I watched enough of it to not want to watch it. Does that make sense?
But you did see this on your social media because we have the same friends.
Oh, yeah, no, we have the same exact internet.
The algorithms are exactly the same, and of course, our algorithms voice the opinion that people are unhappy with the Big Blue football team. I almost said Big Blue Nation. We're not unhappy with ourselves.
It's a basketball school.
What hurts is that you're in a position to win these games. We're in a position to upset Ole Miss, and we just can't get it done. Do you think – here's the thing that I want to ask you. You honestly – I don't know. You know more about football than I do, maybe. Maybe. Zach Calzada, not good. Brock Vandegrift,
not good.
Last year, not good. Well, that's where I'm getting at. I'm going to let you say that.
Okay.
Because at what point is this a quarterback problem or is it something else?
It's a school problem. So you can't get the players you want. It's the same thing it's always been at Kentucky, right? We always have these guys that we're hyping up that are not actually the D1 gods that you need to win national championships, or not to win national championships, to compete at all, really. To do something more than win 6 games and get to a bowl. I'm different, I guess. Winning 6 games and get to a bowl is like, cool, we're going bowling. But what is that really? Especially when most of the players don't even play now because they have deals and they don't even want to deal with it.
Oh, Here Manus is coming up, and Manus is the biggest Kentucky Wildcat fan.
Calzone.
Hey, okay, is it tomorrow? Is it a quarterback problem, a school problem, or a coaching problem?
49s. That's it. It's a combination.
That's it. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, here's the thing that gets me, though.
Suck.
Here's the thing that gets me. It's like we read off all these amazing, like Calzada. He can't be a bad quarterback. Like, he can't be that bad. He beat Alabama at one time. He can't be bad. It's like Brock Vandagriff. I watched his highlight tape when he was in high school. He's a 5-star recruit. He got recruited by the University of Georgia, probably arguably the greatest program in the nation for the last several years. He can't be bad. So what are we doing?
They're not as good as they should have been. We get players that are not as good as they should have been.
The point that I'm making is that I think our system is broken. I think it's a coach. I'm now, and I wouldn't have said this in years previously, but I see it now that I think we don't have a system that good players, not great players.
No, I know.
Not great players. Good players.
Yeah, that you can turn into great players.
They meet the University of Kentucky offense, and for whatever reason, be the revolving door of offensive coordinators, which I have opinions about, because I think we have up the ladder in the coaching change, or the coaching ladder. I guess I'll say it. Coach Stoops, I think, is he reins in that offense to the certain extent that, one, your offensive coordinators can't be successful, and then two, your quarterback play is not going to be successful.
And you have to. Like, somebody has to be accountable at this point. If we're not gonna get there,
I agree.
There has to be a point to where you're like, all right, this is not working. Thank you for everything you've done for us.
I agree.
We need to either really suck or be really good, right? Because
please decide.
Isn't it worse to just be in the middle?
Are we gonna suck or are we gonna be good?
I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan, and we're always right in the middle. And it's the worst.
It's a terrible. I'm a Bengals fan.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the worst experience.
It's the worst.
I would rather suck.
Right?
Browns got it made. Browns fans have it made.
I'm telling you, we talked about it in the car ride over. Dolphins got it made this year.
Oh yeah, if you're a Dolphins fan,
just chill, man.
Just buy season tickets this year.
Yep. Go to a game, chill. I got one of my players he's a big time, shout out Bear, is a big time Carolina Panthers thing. He just goes to the games and has fun.
Yeah, football is fun. And you know what? There's no expectations.
Maybe we putting too much on this. Maybe we should just be Kentucky fans and just have fun.
Well, I've found that, maybe we don't set our goals high enough.
What Manus does.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Okay, here's the question that I'll leave you with as we move away from cat talk, because, it's enough. We're going to make a quarterback change. We'll make some changes. But at the end of the day, is that going to be enough this year to get you 6 wins? No, probably not.
We're not going to win 6 games.
I don't know. It would take a miracle. We almost upset. And that's what hurts. You almost upset.
We always almost win. You know what I mean? Like, we almost always beat Ole Miss, but we don't beat them. Let's go on with the Calzones. Let's get out of here with them. Get out. You can't even take the shoes. His feet are hurting. The shoes, you got grass stains on them. That was a shame.
God.
I'm not taking my shoes off.
I'm so stressed.
You feel better?
I feel so much better. Let the piggies breathe. They're clean. I ran in these earlier, though. They're don't smell these. Can you smell these?
I'm not going to smell them, no.
So I think, I'm sorry, it's time to move on from Coach Stoops.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
I love him. It's been a great ride. Had a couple good years. Sometimes it's just time. And me, of all people, know. Sometimes it's just time.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Know a thing or two about it. 2 things need to go. Stoops and this segment.
Going to Friday rerun. Thank you, God. And I do think this is not, we just want the opinions of football, and we keep it to that pretty much here on the show. But I think it's fair to say, of all the weeks that I've been thankful, I was so thankful last night to sit down on my couch and not worry about anything else but losing my FanDuel bets that I'd made on the Packers-Commanders game, and I wasn't worried about anything else.
I've not even looked at mine. I knew when I placed them I couldn't win them.
Just being able to watch football.
Yeah.
And not worry about anything. So what I'm getting at is I'm just thankful that tonight of all nights,
football
in this great country, in this great state, we can just talk about Kentucky high school football and watch it.
Let's go.
So Friday rerun, which takes us to our first tidbit. Is Hazard lost last week.
Fun. Controversial. Controversial.
I'm going to ask you your opinion on that, and we
Oh.
probably shouldn't bring it up because it is media.
We
All
won't bring
media,
up
we're friends with.
specific.
We won't bring up specifics. I can't say that word.
That's ocean. It's an ocean.
Also, I do want to say, in speaking about not being able to talk, guys, I have a confession. I make the announcements every morning for Jenkins Independent Schools. And I flubbed the
I don't think you
pledge.
should tell this.
I got to. I need to publicly get it off my chest.
So un-American.
I flubbed the Pledge of Allegiance this morning.
And how many times a week do you say it?
I mean, 5 every morning. I flubbed it.
Things are heavy. It's Friday. It's been a long week. It's all right.
Thank you for being a friend.
You had a lot to think about. Cat Talk was going on. You had to think about Cat Talk and calzones. And then this game tonight.
I flubbed it so bad.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough
you
look.
had to be
It's a
there.
bad look. It's a bad look.
I said it again.
You fell on the ice. You were that girl singing the national anthem. You fell on the ice.
did.
You messed up. You went to run off. You fell on the
I
ice.
fell.
Yeah.
I fell so hard this morning.
It's tough.
Oh, I had to do it again. It was terrible. The kids in the classroom, I'm sure they sat down and they were like, wow, that was weird. And then I was like, all right, get back up. We got to do it again.
Get back up.
That's what we do.
That doesn't have anything to do with this controversy.
Nope. It has nothing to do with Hazard getting beat by
Anything,
Prestonsburg last week. So the controversy we're kind of referring to in some ways is that there was this lightning delay on Friday night, pushed to like 10:30, whatever. Everybody's still there waiting on this epic game. It's a great matchup between Prestonsburg, Black
What
Cats.
was the score? Do you know
Hazard
when?
Bulldogs. Of course, it's 23-9.
No.
Oh, when they called again, they never started the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So pushed to Saturday, game rolls. Hazard's up 9-7 like in the third. Like it's a great game. Prestonsburg pulls away at the end, beating Hazard, who probably some people would have considered a favorite. But Prestonsburg's very good. 23-9 Prestonsburg. Little upset victory maybe. I don't know. Prestonsburg's very good. They're playing at Prestonsburg. Anyway, after the game, there's a coach. He's getting interviewed.
It's hot.
It's hot. Emotions. And he mentions the fact that maybe some players, fans, combos, whatever, however you want to
Just
take
parents
it.
ruining the good time for the kids again.
Yeah, or, some people say some things to some people, and he mentions that openly. And, of course, whether that's fair or not, that opened up this social media, kind of backlash, if you will, back and forth. My question to you, I'm probably going to put you in a really bad spot.
That's okay. I like those.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking you. Are we friends?
Is that the question?
No.
Oh,
But-
yes.
Okay, good. As a coach, you get this emotional victory. Is it fair to say what you want? Is that fair?
Probably shouldn't have been
me and you
interviewed.
talked about the conversation.
Yeah. I think
What do you think?
I think coaches say things and coaches do things in the heat of the moment. I mean, is it going to cost him anything ultimately? We'll see. Probably not.
Yeah, no.
But I don't know. I feel like the media is more responsible for that. It's what when you interview somebody, what they're going to
And
say.
they're emotional.
And they're
But
emotional.
To be fair,
But the
also,
whole thing was heated, though, right? I'm not just saying.
yeah.
I'm not just saying he shouldn't interviewed him just because he shouldn't interviewed him.
Yeah, no.
The whole thing was controversial anyway.
Yeah, I think in the media, like you want that, like right, like I want to catch this coach while
In some media, I don't know. I don't know. It's different with local stuff, I think.
and I think back to,
I don't want to get interviewed. I'm going to say everything.
right. So yeah, that's what I'm getting back at. I think about interviews in the past of things that I've wanted to say and things I didn't want to say, and I probably meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Me too. Yeah.
But at any rate, I would like to think that in most cases, I try to be emotionally composed, But now, if I wasn't emotionally composed, would that be fair? I think so. I think so. Immediately after the game, I think so.
Something intense like that, too. You know what I mean?
Hats off to both teams. Hats off to both coaches. Great game. And I think both of those teams are going to go on and do very well in playoff play.
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of season.
Breathitt has stopped the Estill train, the engineers, 50-12.
Stomped them, 50 burger.
And I think it's fair to say Breathitt is figuring things out.
Are they okay? I think they're okay.
They're okay.
I think they're okay.
You get the next one.
RELAX.
That's the way that spells relax.
That's it.
The Bobcat fans are relaxed. Get the next one. You got the next one.
The Cougs. Now, you wrote this, finding the hunting stride, Downing Valley, with another 50 burger, though, 55-13.
What about that journalism?
No, it's perfect. I love it.
Cougs finding their hunting stride,
He's
Downing
proud of
Valley.
that. I knew he was proud of that. I knew when he wrote it, was proud of it. I love it. It's wonderful.
Journalism. I could have been a writer. That was written without AI.
I can handle that. Nothing I write was without AI.
Sorry, we're going to talk more about that game later.
Yeah, we'll
because
talk more about the Cougs
in our
in a minute.
primetime matchup tonight, primetime preview. We're going to talk about the Cougs and the Doors. Speaking of the Doors, they manhandled McGoffin last week, 39-8, running all over the field. I skipped one, but the Doors were victorious last week, getting off the snide. They now set at 1-2.
All these games are so one-sided, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very. Yeah, last week was. That's why me and you went undefeated.
Yeah, right. We're so
in
good
our
at
picks,
this.
except for our not Linkep game, which, from my understanding, came down to pretty much final play, final drive, not throwing the touchdown to seal the deal late at Lincamp and the Pats, P-A-T-S, Pats. I saw the clip.
The clip is sick.
You should look it up.
Yeah, it should be viral. It's pretty sick.
They defeat Lincamp and move to 3-0. Get a last one for us.
Well, do you want me to go back to the 0-3 one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Leslie, this close to beating Powell. I didn't see the ending of that game, though. Did you? 37-33?
I didn't see the end of it, but of course, my Friday nights at 10:30 are spent refreshing the KHSAA scoreboard.
Yeah.
Which I highly recommend if you're a fan of KHSAA sports and scores that you do. Yeah. And man, it hurt my heart to see it.
0-3.
Yeah, but if you're Leslie, and I talk so much about their coaching, is famed LCC player Speedy walking out to be in the fan club here for the Cougs. Speedy, heck of a player when he was here, signed with Kentucky Wesleyan. Is that right?
I think so.
Yep. So at any rate, I'm seeing this score from Leslie Powell, and my heart is like, ah.
Yeah.
37-33, and the loss to Powell.
We were wrong. That was something. I would like to see the end of it, seeing the end of the other one.
I wonder too, because you look through Leslie's stats, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
While it's like they obviously played well enough to win.
Yeah.
Right. So
37-33, though, either team can win that game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just hope that at the end of the year, like, coaches are looking back at that particular game and they're not like, dang, they're going to look at it as, dang, a game we should have won no matter what. But you hope that leads to a win down the road that maybe you wouldn't have got otherwise, right?
Pretty much got to run the table to do anything now, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm looking at their schedule, and there's a couple winnable games on there. Now, tonight, they play at Middlesboro. Oh, which makes that loss even worse.
All the players would have to not show up.
Absolutely. All right, moving on, Jeremiah. Get the touchdown rundown up for us as we are running toward the touchdowns from last week. All right, for those of you that
was ridiculous.
Those of you that has not viewed our touchdown rundown before, I'll spit one out. Dusty gets the other. Heavy D got the other. And we're going to run through these touchdowns as quick as possible.
Sling them.
All right. First up, touchdown rundown. Mr. Connor Napier with one throwing.
Shane Gibson threw one. No, ran one.
He ran one. Preston Shepard ran one.
Michael Gibson received one.
And the Gibsons coming in clutch for the Knott County Pats. Shane Gibson with one interception return touchdown.
That's
and that
beautiful.
Wrapped it up for the Pats last week in that victory against Lincamp.
Parker Maggard threw a touchdown.
Now on to Perry with Caden Gibson, also with 3 rushing touchdowns in that route of McGoffin last week.
My favorite form of a touchdown, punt return touchdown.
Absolutely.
Caden Gibson.
4 total touchdowns last week. Jaron Fugit also. What about these interception returns and punt returns? Me too.
These are beautiful
But Jaron Fugit returning with the pick 6 last week.
You're going to hear some familiar names this next one.
Yeah, sure.
Braden Holland threw 3.
Braden Holland ran for 2.
It's beautiful. That's
You love
Rylan
to
Simpson.
say.
Huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Rylan Simpson caught one.
Colin, is this
Do it. That's why I did this.
you did this on purpose?
Yeah.
Lumadou.
Lamadu.
Colin Lumadou.
Okay, and mine's easy. Caden Shepard.
Lulu.
Both of those guys caught a touchdown.
And that wrapped up the scoring for the Leslie County Eagles. And that's, again, you're looking at the stats, and you see Braden Holland obviously played his tail off last week. Rylan Simpson's a great player for them. You just see that, and you're like, dang.
You hear these boys' names, you're going to hear them over and over.
All right,
So-
we're going to hear them tonight.
Yeah, you're going to hear the next ones. You're going to hear these a lot tonight.
Kick us off.
Gunnar Holbrook had 3 rushing touchdowns. 3 rushing touchdowns. Quarterback.
Actually, I'm sorry, that was a typo.
That's receiving. Yeah, that's receiving.
That's passing.
Yeah. But he did have a.
He scored 3 touchdowns. I don't know how they came. They passed. It was a typo on my part. He had 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown.
1 rushing. Yeah.
And fun tidbit tonight about Gunner is that, from my understanding, I think he's going to get a couple. He has 9 in the past 2 games. He's going to get a couple tonight.
Yeah, and if he gets a couple,
he hits his 50th on the career.
which is pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Well,
Because he's not a senior.
Exactly. And I mean, we kind of knew this was coming. Of course, the loss to Johnson Central early in the year. You learn the lessons through that, and now you're seeing them applied by the Cougars over the past 2 games, and I'm sure that will apply again here tonight.
And he's playing lights out. But
He's
he wasn't
playing
the only
lights
one.
out. He wasn't the only one. Garrett Howard also with 1 rushing.
Brett Sturgill had 2 rushing.
Brett Sturgill also had 1 receiving,
Crazy.
so probably owed a little bit by Mr. Gunnar Holbrook.
Brett's insane. Colton Stidham had a receiving touchdown.
A name we mentioned this season before, Jet Outlaw with a receiving
And then
touchdown.
Colt Stidham also had a pick touchdown.
Which
Interception
is our
touchdown.
favorite form of touchdown.
Love it.
Which takes us to Breathitt. Interesting tidbit about Breathitt. They didn't necessarily, as of 2 o'clock today, have their stats entered from last week's route of Estill.
Yeah.
But we wanted to shout those kids out. So what we've done is we went back to the week that we missed last week. Of course, you guys were glued in at 6:30 waiting on us to come on, and we took a break last week. But Breathitt Powell game, we're going to run those down for you real quick. Kick us off.
Miles Holland threw for 2.
Jake Fugit threw for 1.
Eli Thomas rushed for 2.
Jaden Gibson ran for 1.
Colin Combs rushed for 1.
Miles Holland also ran for 1.
Ooh, John Holland, brother.
Yep.
One.
I don't know, maybe.
1 receiving touchdown. Yeah, I don't know that.
Eli Thomas with the rushing, but he also got 1 receiving.
And then, is it Jagger?
I love this name.
Jagger Burton?
I'm going to say it's Jagger, but I wish it was Jagger
It was Jagger. Yeah, I know. Jagger Burton. receiver.
Master.
You think it's Burton Meister?
Jagger Master.
I know. Stay with it.
Connor Holbrook wrapped up the Breathitt scoring with a rushing touchdown as well. Oh, man.
Oh. Mick Jagger Burton.
Jeremiah, I hate to put you on the spot, but we've created a new segment.
You're finding out now.
Sorry. You're finding this out right now.
You want to tell him the name of it so I can be writing it up?
Yeah. The
Tackle
name
box.
of this new segment, Jeremiah, we're testing you because I'm going to go back home after this and watch this. It's called
I won't.
Tackle Box.
Well, you just put a box on the screen. That's okay.
It would be cool if he had like a tackle.
Did I come
Tackle?
up with that name?
You came up with that.
God, that's good.
It's funny because I was messaging you and I was like, what was that you said the first week for a defensive award? And then it hit me. Tackle Box.
Beautiful.
What if we had, Josh, can we get a Tackle Box sponsor? Can we get a fishing, Bass Pro? I'm sure there's something more local.
Nobody's paying attention to us.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Bass Pro.
No, the producers aren't even here, actually.
Tackle Box.
We can do it the same way, right?
We're going to do it the same exact way, and we're highlighting those players from last week that led the teams in tackles.
I think we should read the top one last.
I'm good with that. So let's start with the last team first.
Okay, let's start with the last team first. Tanner Goins had 9 tackles.
Race Linden had 14 tackles.
I think this number's stupid Connor Holbrook had 15.
I mean, for those of you at home that don't know much about tackling, if you're getting 15 tackles in a
That's
game,
crazy.
That's wild. That means your head's on the ball all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jaden Gibson had 8.
Braxton Banks, 9.
Yep. Son of Bobby Banks that I
Bobby's
went to
boy.
school with. Yeah, it was
Yep.
Bobby's boy. He had a great game, had a couple tackles for losses, had 9. Garrett Howard, he
He's
had
all
a
over the place,
touchdown. I
bro.
love it when you see this, but he also had 10 tackles.
That boy is exhausted Saturday morning.
Plays both sides of the ball. I hope he doesn't play returns.
Sure he does.
He's tired.
Yeah.
Great shape.
Aiden Carr had 9.
Braden Holland had 10.
Tyson Riley had 9.
Caden Haddix with 12.
Noah Stumbo with 10.
Mason Burnett had 14.
Jace Ambergy had 18.
And can we read this one
This
together?
one's nuts. Yeah. Bryson Everidge had 20 freaking tackles. 20.
That is wild.
The average tackle for a college player is like 4. Right? 20 is insane. That means also step up, teammates. Somebody else got to do something.
I hope they had my man an oxygen tank over on the
Yeah, he
sideline.
was
He was running around everywhere.
20 is nuts. They had
That's
to just
nuts.
run the ball up the middle to him all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody-
he was playing the middle of the
Somebody
field.
tell
and
us
they
what
just-
position he plays.
Yep, absolutely. Hats off to those players. Our newfound segment, Tackle Box, in which we highlight the leading tacklers from the week before. That
You're
one
welcome.
was fun. That was fun.
That's fun.
Which now, as we approach kickoff, I don't know the time on the clock. Oh, you can see it behind us. Look at that TVS. Can you see that at home with the TVS? Well, it was there. Now it's Giovanni's. But 29 minutes to kick off as we roll you close. Of course, we take you to about 15 minutes till on our boys up top, which looks like it's going to be Jim Bob McCauley tonight and Manus Blair. Going to bring you 2 great coaches.
Nice.
Going to bring you the action tonight from the booth. But we are now to our primetime preview.
That wasn't planned. That was nice. Thank you.
LCC versus Perry. Just as I set you up for this, some fun stuff. All time from what is in KHSAA from 2010, we have 11-6 from what I could count really quickly. My eyes went cross as if I was reading the pledge, but all time 11-6. I was kind of shocked by this.
Yeah, me too. I was shocked by that too.
Are you? Because you feel like the games that Perry and Letcher play are so heavy
Yeah.
that they're so evenly matched, and that
I thought it would be closer than 11-6.
I thought so too.
Yeah. 11-6 LCC takes them 11-6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was a little odd for me. I would have thought that, not that I would have thought Perry would have had more. Well, I would have thought Perry had more wins, but I almost thought going into that stat that Perry
Yeah.
might have had more wins.
I would too. I would think at least tied.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see what happens tonight.
Yep, we'll see what happens tonight, which is where we're at.
Well,
I think it's fair to say that we have LCC's dynamic passing game versus Mark Dixon and this. We've read a few names. It's Caden Gibson. We've talked about a couple of these guys and saw what they can do on the field, and they made plays all over the field last night. Perry had an interception return for a touchdown,
Yep.
a punt return for a touchdown, which I'm sure special teams will absolutely come into play tonight. But you got this passing game of LCC, more pro-style offense versus the run game of Perry.
Perry's going to pound the ball.
They have to,
Perry's
right?
gonna pound the ball. Garrett Howard's going to have 18 tackles.
I think that's fair. Whether it turns out good or bad for the Cougs, Garrett is going to have 20 tackles.
He's got to tackle. He's got to tackle more than he has to play offense. Because Gunner's going to try to show out tonight. I think Gunner's going to put on a show.
This is the type of game that for your upper echelon players, right? And for Perry, you're looking at guys like Caden Gibson. You're looking at guys like Parker Maggard. You're looking at guys like Jaron Fugit, and your cream rises to the top here on these type of games. That's a rivalry game. District.
Yeah.
It's just going to be an absolute. Is it fair to use the term slobber knocker?
Oh, I think it's slobber knocker.
because I always want to use that term.
Yeah, it's a great term.
So I think you see show outs from Gunner, but then I also think you see some showing out from the Perry side of the ball.
Well, if Gunner doesn't have a great game, then you're going to see the Perry defense light it up. And you'll see picks all over the place because they're not going to stop throwing.
Right.
Even if they're having a bad game, they're not going to stop throwing.
And I think that LCC has played to that. I think they know what they've got, and they know what they can be good at, and they use Gunner to that.
Well, you seen how many people Gunner threw touchdowns to last week?
That's a good point.
And, he's going to keep doing the same. He's going to sling them. He's going to throw to. He's got dudes off. There's a couple of guys that are really good that haven't even caught a ball yet that are on the field.
I agree. And obviously, Brett Sturgill playing very well, Garrett playing very well. But I'll tell you this. And what I watched in the Leslie game, I was really impressed with Mason Stevens and Jet Outlaw.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was really impressed. And those may not be the biggest bodies out there, but, man, I saw Gunner drop one over, I believe it was Mason's shoulder.
Beautiful.
And, it was, Mason didn't flinch. It was like just right there in his pocket.
They've been doing it for years.
I mean, it was perfect. And, I was really impressed by that. I don't think you see a lot. It was like Speedy, not the most physically intimidating looking guy, but man,
it didn't matter.
Got wheels and got the skills. I just made that up.
Beautiful wheels with the skills,
and I love that. And guys that are sneaky physical, that will score on you. And I think both Mason and Jet, and I think guys like Banks, and I think those guys are good enough to get it done. Almost played into my
We might
prediction.
get a loaded stat sheet.
Almost played into my prediction, my prophecy.
Don't do it.
Stop me.
Somebody stop me.
Tell me to stop.
Hammer time.
So, any final thoughts as we move on to Heavy D's prophecies before you got to spit out these prophecies?
I think we get Gunner's 50th touchdown in the first half.
Okay.
I think he's going to show out. it's going to be a great game.
Kelsey is Gunner's sister.
Yep.
I told Eric that I would shout out Kelsey
Athletic
this week.
family.
That really athletic family. Of course, we know the family and love the family. And I think I saw an epic game. I'm going to shout this out too while I'm on air. I've grown to absolutely love the game of volleyball. Shout out to Knott County Central Patriot volleyball team for winning the All-A this week. They won the single A. Letcher County Central won the 2A this past week. Leslie County has such a good volleyball team. Lots of great volleyball here in the mountains. It's kind of sneaky good. Not sneaky good, very good.
Tune into our volleyball show before the spike. Just kidding. We don't have a volleyball show.
But we should.
But we could.
Josh, can we do it before the spike?
I just made that up. See, it's great. He said, yeah, do whatever you want.
We don't know nothing about volleyball. It's great, though.
Tell me I don't know anything about
He said I don't care.
You don't know anything about football.
Betty Von minus on. That's true. That's true.
We're Cats fans.
Josh, stop shaking your head. Josh is like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, sure. We'll do it. Okay.
So just to that end, I saw an epic game the other night at Jenkins between Jenkins and Letcher, and it went to 5 sets.
Crazy.
And, dude, I mean, these ladies went to war. And I was so impressed by both sides. Really proud of those young ladies. Of course, I'm especially proud of number 10. But both, all these girls out on the floor just poured their heart out in that one, man. And it was awesome to see.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Awesome to witness. I'm sure that's many years coming down the road, too. I'm excited about that.
We got all kinds of volleyball to watch, bro. Our little girls, we're watching so much volleyball.
Before the spike. I would watch it.
We'll just have our girls to do it. Just let them do it. They'd be way better at it.
That's a great idea.
That's good. It's solid.
We wouldn't have any guests. All right. So moving on to Heavy D's prophecies. I was shouting out Kelsey because she played so hard in that game. She plays 1,000 miles per hour.
So good.
And she is so good. I told her I would say that she probably plays harder in volleyball than Gunner does in football.
I was going to say, her brother gets the love, but she puts in the work. He also praises her more than anybody does.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's good. Be a good brother. But, yeah, shout out to all those girls. But, man, she played her tail off that night.
She's awesome.
Couldn't get a ball down in her area, so – or whatever terms you volleyball kids use.
Whatever. You said that. That was like, that's not even what they say. We can't have a volleyball show.
Heavy D's.
Terminology. We don't even know
Speaking of doing things you know
prophecies.
nothing about.
I want the Wayne's World music coming down right here.
I know what you want.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know exactly your vibe, and we're not getting it. Jeremiah, can you put that up?
I know you're vibing. We're not getting it. Heavy D's prophecies.
Both of our records are 8-2 rolling
funny.
into the week. We took a week off, but we were perfect in the last week that we picked. We were 4-2 first week, 4-0 perfect the last week we were here, which takes us to an outstanding 8-2 both ways. Tonight, we may have some separation because a couple of our local teams are matched up.
Yeah, you'd think you'd get there, right?
First up,
Do it.
Breathitt at Hazard.
Man. Breathitt. On what?
Now, let me tell you this.
Do it.
Hazard, you got the new field, not new field, but new bleachers. They've not had a home game yet. They had the emotional letdown last week. Maybe fueling the fire. Maybe you can stay on the emotional low. But they're back home for the first time in a long time. Pretty much new stadium, big new vibes there. I don't have shoes on and people are looking at me. Go on.
Hazard reeling, even if they are at home. Reeling from that loss.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Breathitt's going to come in and put it to him.
Whoa! Whoa! Spicy.
I'm pretty sure we're getting a cannon pretty soon. Just so you know,
Spicy.
I do watch a guy load a cannon.
We're lucky. You're lucky we're not in Hazard. You would be
Nope.
aimed in this direction.
Yeah, that'd be rough. That'd be rough. I'm sorry. I feel like that's going to upset everybody, but I feel like I don't know if you met me.
It's fireworks.
Yeah.
Breathitt
It's
at
literally
Hazard.
fireworks.
You're taking Breathitt. I'm taking Hazard. Let's go ahead and split it up right off the
You
top.
want to give a score for a tiebreaker?
Sure. You go first.
49-26. 28.
49-28.
Yeah.
And that is Bobcats. Let me write this down. I'm distracted.
It's okay. You don't have to write
Me,
down.
W.
He's
I'm
writing
gonna
it down.
take. I'm gonna take. He's on his phone. Let's go to Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, man.
Doesn't even look up. I'm going with the Dogs,
Ah, whoa.
and I will say the Dogs win. I've picked against Breathitt before, and they made a rap video, like hate diss video.
I know
of
why
me
you're
and
not picking against Breathitt, bro.
But no, I'm taking the Dogs. I am taking the risk
Oh.
here tonight.
Hey, did you hear that, boys? Y'all remember that video?
Don't team up on me. 28-24
He was
Dogs.
bullied. Winston's bullied.
28-24 Dogs. Which takes us to game 2. Dos.
Leslie versus, I read this as Marlboro, but I think it might be Middlesboro. Winston's abbreviation for Middlesboro is Mboro. That's Marlboro. So
Their mascot is the
I
Marlboro.
would take the Marlboro man over Leslie.
Have you checked your Marlboro points lately?
Yeah, I bought a truck with mine back in the day. My dad. Just kidding, nobody
That's
smokes.
killed me. All right, so Leslie at Mboro. Who you got? The Eagles or Marlboro man?
Marlboro man.
Yeah, me too.
Marlboro man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
so
the Marlboro
sorry.
man breaks red.
So sorry.
Yeah. Opens a clean pack.
Yep.
Packs them. Puts up a 50 burger.
Smokes them.
Smokes them.
Leslie at Mboro. I'm sorry, Leslie. I wish we got this dub last week. We're going to have to wait a little longer, but I see light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope.
Tunnel's
but
deep tonight.
Middlesbrough wins this one.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, and I hope they play well. I hope we're wrong. Betsy Lane. This is taking us back because Betsy Lane thumped a good Knott County team last year in the playoffs. We talk about
Interesting.
playoffs?
Playoffs.
Betsy Lane at Hyman at Knott County, who is 3-0. Betsy Lane 1-2. This is a little.
Sorry to peek behind. They're doing the introductions.
That's fine. Little toughy right here. Who you
No,
got?
that's how I feel about it. I think so. With all my wisdom and all my third eye vision, I have no idea anything about Betsy Lane. So I'm going to take Knott because I know enough about Knott to know that they can beat this team that I don't know anything about. By a couple.
I'm going to take Knott by a couple as
By a
well.
couple.
I'm going to take Knott. We have a visitor off screen. I'm going to take Knott, and I'm not sure about it, but I'm doing it
He's
because
not sure.
I'm not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I am sure.
Funny story. I was playing football when I was a junior, and I spit a loogie out on the
Spit a
field
what?
because that's whatever that's called. I spit out on the field because it's what cool players do.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Did you get fired?
And no, the pastor, our football team reverend, looked at me and he was like, "Hey, well," he was like, "What was that?" I was like, "It was, a spit." He was like, "No, it's not." Next is PCC at LCC. Tonight's matchup, we have saved it. The primetime preview just for you. The primetime preview. Perry at. Oh no, I got this backwards.
No,
Letcher
that's
at
so wrong.
Perry.
Yeah, Letcher at Perry. Boy, why can't the cannon go off right now? I think whenever I'm at the home fields team, I tend to pick the other team. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, but you didn't pick Leslie when we were at Letcher.
No, but
And you didn't pick Harlan when we were at. Not what you just said was totally not.
the opposite?
Yes. You tend to take the home team.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to say Cougs by a bunch. I think Gunner's going to show out. I think he's going to throw the ball to all his boys. I think the Cougars are going to win handily. And if I had a Cougar head, I'd put it on.
For those of you at home, please, God, if you have a cougar head laying around anywhere, give it to this man so we can make a dramatic Lee Corso impression.
So there doesn't have to be a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. I mean, a mascot head for a Cougar. All right.
No, tell him what,
this boy
no,
get
no,
heads
no, no,
mailed
no,
to me.
don't you put that on me. You tell him what you said when you asked for cougars.
No, I don't. I don't know why you.
Anyway, if you have a stuffed animal cougar head at home laying around, please
Well,
bring
I'm
it.
not always going to pick the Cougars.
Obviously, you are.
Maybe they just keep winning.
Which takes us to my pick, which is also the Cougars.
I knew it. I knew it. Talks all this crap.
I'm taking
all this
the
crap.
Cougs by 2 scores. I do think Perry grounds and pounds and keeps
Yeah,
it
they're
up
good.
for a little while. I think the Cougar or the Commodores, the Doors, ground and pound. But if you honestly, I'm going to tell you this, Commodores. If you had a Commodore hat, I don't know what that looks like, but if you had a Commodore hat, I'd put it on and may pick you.
That doesn't make any sense. You just picked LCC.
Well, sometimes it's emotional based on your
Now I will
settings
say if they would
and your
have
props.
brought me a mascot head, I probably would have picked them. So
Do you think? No, I was going to say, do you ever think that happened to the legend Lee Corso, where he might have just honestly faulted to default to
It's
whatever he had available?
the first one he picked, I think
Yeah,
Ohio
yeah,
State
yeah.
Buckeyes were like, "We have this." He was like, "Okay, that sounds good." I'll pick you.
The greatest moment for me is when the Ducks flew away.
Oh, the Ducks flying away was awesome. No, he was so fantastic.
He was fantastic.
That was great.
Electric. Oh my God, we've ran into too much time. All right, so you're taking the only place we are split is you are taking Breathitt and I'm taking the Dogs.
Scores.
Come on, Dogs, we need you.
Not gonna be there. Hey man, that was mine.
New stadium. Suck it up over the loss last week and get it done.
Hey, that's not
I
even. your
can't have the
equipment.
Bobcats making another video trashing me.
Yeah,
can't handle
I know
that.
why you can't do that.
We're getting ready for the national anthem. I hope they don't ask me to read the pledge. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Parting words?
Hey, go Cougs.
We'll see you next week, Lord willing, man. We'll see you next week. Have a great time. Up to the boys in the
Lord
booth.
willing, the creek don't
Coach Jim
rise.
McCauley, Coach Manus Blair. Stay tuned.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management. Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome to the Bank of Hyman Game of the Week tonight, and big Friday night here at East Purry, as Purry County Central 1-2 on the season faces Letcher County Central 2-1 on the season. And I'm just really tickled to death. I'm Manus Blair, and I'm joined by Coach Jim McCauley, and I'm tickled to death, Jim, that this rival game, even though now they're in different divisions and different districts and all that kind of jazz, we're getting to play this game.
Well, you know, Manus, this is a game that both teams kind of look at on the schedule and
Yeah.
circle it.
Yeah.
You know, when consolidation hit Letcher County in 2005, you know, there was the big rivalry with Flemington on Whitesburg, and that rivalry kind of, you know, went on the wayside. And now I think with anybody can say this rivalry has become quite the spectacle over the last few years.
Yeah, and, you know, this is the 23rd version of this rivalry, and, you know, you can wipe the records away. You know, even though I said the records a minute ago, you just wipe them away. And who can keep their composure, who keeps their focus, and who executes on the field will win this football game.
And, you know, that's kind of been the last few years, this team, you know, it's been who can maintain their composure. And you said the big word when you say execution. You know, both teams, you know, relatively finesse-style offenses, which requires a little bit more execution than the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Penalties have always played a huge role in this game. And on that note, we do have officials from the 13th region tonight, so they're not regional officials from the region of either Letcher Central or Perry Central.
Yeah, and it makes for and as we're looking out here, and you can't see the sky, but you can see the trees and the sun on your TV screen. But it is a beautiful night. It is a night that 0 wind. It is a little chill, but a nice crowd coming in, as you can see across the field, Letcher Central, and then here in front of us, Perry County Central. It's going to be a nice night to watch football. No weather is going to affect this at all. We don't have to worry about what we worried about last Friday night, and so. Looking really forward to it when you're starting to look at Letcher County Central. Mm-hmm. Who on the offensive defensive side, Jim, comes to mind, and who's going to have to be those people that execute on either side of the ball?
Well, I think that, number one for Letcher Central, Gunnar Holbrook gets a lot of hype and well-deserved. Mm-hmm. But those guys up front, those offensive linemen really need to come out and protect Gunnar tonight. And I think that's number one. And that's, Jackson Meade, Stephen Bingham, the big guys up front, Gavin Martin. They've got to protect him. Number two is if the Cougars can get Garrett Howard going on the offense. He's a bull and ran the ball really well and probably got a few more touches that I'd anticipated him getting this year.
And he's a north-south runner.
He will not dodge.
Yes.
And then, from your receiving standpoint, they need to have, Jet Outlaw, big, tall, lanky, 6'3" kid can go out and get it. And then you've got Mason Stevens. And then the Ramsey kid, I was very impressed with the Brown. Really impressed. Thaden.
Yes.
The last couple of games. Really good
he's
speed.
Coming on
and you may
film.
Remember, if you're listening, his brother, Gavin.
Gavin, who's at Kentucky Wesleyan.
So he's really sliding in there and looking really good.
And on the reverse side now, let's talk a little bit about Perry County Central. When you're looking at Perry County Central, who are those people that's going to have to come to the forefront tonight if they want to take the victory tonight on their home field?
Well, not to sound cliche, but I'm going the same way. We had a chance to watch Parker Maggard against Bell County on film, and then, McGoffin County, and the difference was what time he was provided by the offensive line. Parker throws a really nice ball, but he's got to have time up front. Right. And the one thing about Perry Central, they're so youthful that you're going to see a team that continues to get better. And I know Coach Mark Dixon, one of the upper echelon coaches in the state, is going to have this team. They started off 1-2, but look for them to get on the winning ways. But also with Perry Central, I was really impressed with sophomore Caden Gibson.
Yes, definitely.
He's a really quick finesse runner, can catch the ball good out of the backfield, does a great job out there.
And it looks like on the toss here, I think that we're going to have Letcher Central win the toss, and let's see what's going to transpire here. And they're going to accept the football to start, Jim.
And, I always like doing that as well. I want to get the offense going first and get out there. If you're confident in your offense, you go out there and you want to put up points quick.
Yeah, and you will start it. And you talked about Coach Mark Dixon, and with a win tonight, Coach Dixon, I believe, becomes the all-time winning football coach at Perry County Central. If I'm wrong, you all let me know.
No, you're correct.
But it would be his 28th win here at Perry County Central, and that would be a nice mark for Coach Dixon. On the other side, when you're talking about Coach Matthews and his staff over there, and accepting it, you saying they're wanting to make a statement on offense. And,
yes.
And, a lot of times in the years with Coach Matthews, he elected always to defer in that situation. So says something about his offensive team.
Yeah.
Coming into the game, and you're looking at the field and you're looking over, of course, everything, and all these players, and they really get up for this game. And, even the fans get up for this game. The only game they come to sometimes is this game.
Yeah.
I've had them tell me that on both sides.
With today's social media, these kids are in each other's, they're snapping each other. And, we come to the games and, so it's not like when we played Manus in the 1750s. These guys actually, they all know each other.
Yeah.
And so might be a little pregame trash talk going on.
But, I really think that you, in a lot of ways, when you're looking at the keys to the game tonight, Let's look at the away team first, Letcher County Central. What's the keys, Jim, to this game?
I think with Letcher Central, they've got to, have a few shot plays, get the ball downfield deep, and defensively, they've got to put pressure on Parker Maggart.
And what about Perry County Central?
Perry Central is probably more important for them to protect the quarterback tonight and to be able to have good coverage in the secondary on the deep plays, because the tall receivers of Letcher Central have had a really good year already.
And that's your Tim Short Auto keys to the game. Looks like we'll let your Central will be going left to right. And, of course, Perry Central in their black line with gray pants with the red and black stripes. Let your Central white with blue and with the black pants with blue stripes. And it looks like to start off with for Perry Central, the kicker will be number 17, and that will be Shane Griffith. He is a ninth grader. Going back for Letcher County Central, looks like Colton Stidham and Jet Outlaw. And here's the kick, and we are starting, and it's going to be Allman. Does not come up with it, but Stidham goes to the ground, so they'll start on the 27-yard line.
Stidham really had a couple of great games against Leicester County and Shelby Valley, a couple of interceptions, one for a touchdown and a couple of receiving touchdowns. And the senior is really having a –
yes.
He's a rather diminutive in status and size, but very hard-nosed player.
Gunnar Holbrook, of course, will be the quarterback for Letcher Central. The center that will be snapping to him will be Luke Young. To his right will be Sturgill, as we will have a double bunch on each side from the 27, and he's going to hand it off to Sturgill, and he is stopped. And that is going to be Miller, and that's going to be for a loss.
Yeah, and we, on the way over here, we talked about Caleb Miller, just a freshman.
Oh, he's a man-child.
People are going to know his name all across the state because he is a beast anchoring that nose.
Yes, definitely so, out of that three front. And that's going to be a loss of 4, so it will be 2nd and 14 for the Cougars.
Yeah,
and
Miller.
Empty backfield, Jim. Throws it out here to Outlaw, and is it going to be a catch? They're going to give him the catch, but I don't believe there'll be anything on that. So that was set up 3rd and 14, and that's exactly what Perry County Central wanted to happen here early in the first quarter.
I've had a chance to watch the Cougars several times, and it's been traditionally they're a very, very slow starting team. Mm-hmm. Being in a 3rd and long situation, the defense has a lot more flexibility to put a little pressure on Holbrook right here.
And Perry Central playing off of the wide receivers. Holbrook goes back, gets a little pressure, and he's going to throw it over the top to Outlaw. Did he come down with it? And they're going to say he caught it, and that's going to be a first down, Letcher County Central.
And we talked about the height of Outlaw, and right there you saw him go up over I guess that was Caden Gibson right there and pull it down. And that was all Outlaw right there, which Holbrook maintained his composure.
And like we said, Caden Gibson, outstanding athlete, but outstanding athlete is opposed to outstanding athlete, but you've got the height, the length, then it just makes for a losing situation in that situation, but Gibson will continue to battle him. So first down here on the 44-yard line. Stidham in motion. And it's going to be a straight handoff to Sturgill, and he's going to get about 2. It looks like in for the stop that time was number 41, Eldridge, for Perry Central. Nice job of stopping in the gap. Eldridge come from his outside and made the stop.
Yeah, that was, and once again, the penetration of the defensive line kind of blowing that up right there. Not really delivering opening a hole for the Cougar running back.
2nd and 8. Young with the snap. Straight handoff, and that's Howard you were talking about. And he's going to get a couple, maybe 3. They're going to mark him with 2. That will make it 3rd and 6 here on the 48-yard line.
And you see who gets up at the bottom of the pile. That's number 55, Caleb Miller again. And, guys, he's an immovable force in there, and he controls both AGAS by himself.
And he's a prototypical nose tackle. He's got that short stature, and he's a bulldog, I guess you could say.
They moved him out to the end this time. Good protection.
Holbrook goes over the top, and it's intended, and they're going to call a flag's going to come on there as it was going to Brown. Gibson was on the coverage, and also I think that was Miller in the coverage area.
Yep.
So let's see, and it's going to be pass interference on Prairie Central, and that will be a first down.
So, and it's unfortunate for the Commodores. 2 times they've had the in a third and long situation, and one a pass, and then on this penalty, giving the Cougars a fresh set of downs. And, in the offense, the more you play, the more you get in your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is a big one.
And, you got young kids, Prairie County Central, and they're playing both ways. The quicker you can get off the defensive playing field, the better off you will be. And that'll be a first down, and as the ball is marked on the, it looks like nose on the 32. So first down, Letcher County Central. Howard to the right of Holbrook. And it's going to go to Howard, and they've got penetration in there, and he's going to be stopped for a loss.
Manus, when we were watching the Bell County game, one thing that the Commodores did well is they controlled the inside run against
They most
Bell
certainly
County.
did. And then between the 20s, they did a good job of that. Chris Neese on the tackle there as he took from the nose tackle spot for Prairie County.
So here you see him bring the extra blocking back in to see if they can move it a little bit more.
And they do not, as they're stopped and again, and that's going to be another loss, Jim. So Howard not finding any room in there against the 3-person front of Neese, Miller, and Eldridge.
Yeah. And, when you're a strong north-south runner, it's very difficult to bounce.
Mm-hmm.
You lose all the lethality of your –
and you don't get your legs moving.
Right. You don't
it's
have
the
your
Derrick Henry stuff.
Down. Yeah.
So the ball third down on the 39-yard line, 3rd and 12.
Look for an isolation over here on Outlaw.
They got the bunch
with Gibson.
Yep, they got the bunch on the other side
the
looking
wheel
to go.
route's wide open.
And no pressure on Holbrook. He throws it, and it's going to be called by Stidham. Stidham gets a block over there by Sturgill, and he will go down to the 15-yard line. So essentially the 24-yard pass play, Jim.
Third time the Commodore defense has had the Cougars 3rd and long. But what you see here is the maturation of Gunnar Holbrook. Gunnar Holbrook last year at this time
would have ran probably.
Would have ran, or he would have tried to throw the deep route, but he waited for the underneath to come open, and it was a big gain.
Holbrook with the ball, throws it out there, and it's going to be caught that time. Let's see.
I think they called it incomplete.
They did. He dropped it over there, and that was Mason Stevens on the coverage that time. I believe was Riley for Prairie County Central all the way across the field. So, once again, they got to get off on the 3rd downs or the 4th downs. Got to get this defense has got to put a stop. They're doing a good job on 1st and 2nd down.
Yes. Yeah. But it's a little tougher for the passing offense the closer you get into the red zone.
Yes, definitely so. Condensed, right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And here we go. And the handoff's going to go to Howard in the middle. He's trying to find some room. He got a few positive yards, got 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, he had a great pull there. That was just the old counter tray right there. And looked like Bingham, Stephen Bingham, 56. With a really nice block to open that hole up there for a gain of 4.
And here we go. We got a 3rd and 6 now. Let's see. Got a tight formation by Letcher County Central. Holbrook looks. He's going to throw it in the far corner to Outlaw, and he is going to.
He caught it. It's a touchdown.
Come down, and it's touchdown Cougars.
What a well-thrown ball by Holbrook. Just he rolls a little bit to the left, and then he has the isolation using the wide side of the field and just puts a little back shoulder fade in, and Outlaw pulls it in, and he was very contested there by Gibson.
So, and once you've got that, and really Gibson, if he turns his head just a little bit sooner, I believe he can knock that away. The holder and this is not Emma Adams. This is
they're in Gatlinburg playing soccer this weekend.
It's Collins. It's going to be the kicker, and Colton Stidham with the hold. the kick is up, and it is blocked, I believe. And it will end the drive at 6-0 Letcher County Central. And when we come back, we've got a dandy going here at Perry County Central. So stay with us.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hindman football game of the week. Perry County Central and Letcher County Central. Letcher County Central scores with 6:54 with a 14-yard pass from Holbrook to Outlaw.
And, we saw Prairie Central's defense hold the Cougars to third and longs on that possession, but each time with the pass interference and 3 pass plays, the Cougars converted.
Yep. And now Prairie Central's got to match something here, and you've got Gibson and back there, along with I believe I cannot see all the way across.
I think that's Jackson. Wait a second, it's not Collins. Number 9.
Yep, number 9. And he's not on my list. And there is the kick by Collins, and it's going to go to Gibson. He fumbles it. He picks it up. He's going to turn back, and he's going to be tackled on the 22-yard line, trying to pick up who made that tackle for Letcher County Central. So 1st and 10 as Parker Maggard will bring out the Commodores.
Yeah, when you looked at the game initially, I said, the shot plays by the Cougars, but that was a very methodical drive.
Yeah, and it took a lot of time off the clock and using the run and the pass.
We saw the Cougars try to establish the running game, and I'm anxious to see if the Commodores do the same early on in this game.
Maggard back to his left is Gibson. Looks out in the flat, gets it to Gibson. He's going to turn it up, and he's going to get good yardage, and he's going to turn and go all the way. It looks like they're going to mark it on the 40, so a gain of 18 yards from Maggard to Gibson. 1st down, Commodores.
And that was number 11 for the Cougars. Try to come up with that.
I think we may have some number changes that we're not aware of. Maggard returns, gives it to Gibson, and he's going to sidestep, and he's going to get 3 yards as he is tackled by Howard of the Cougars. So that's going to make it 2nd and 7. Gibson showing his quick footwork.
Well, the last play when they had success on the passing play, they simply picked up the hot receiver. The Cougars blitzed off that backside, and when he turned around and hit the wheel route, it's wide open with room to run.
That's Cody Sturgill, number 11 for the Cougars. Trying to get the Cougars to jump off. They're looking to blitz.
Yeah, they're changing the play here. You see Austin Prey over here on the sideline signaling in a new play.
Coach Prey, the offense coordinator, and we have looks like
that's going to be on
snap.
the center, unfortunately, when that's one that nobody can – It's a tough one when it's on the center.
Yep. And a lot of times, only time we get to call offensive, defensive linemen sometimes is on penalties, and we're not going to do that. We're going to do it when they do good stuff. But anyway, it's going to take them back 5 yards, and that's going to make it 2nd and 12. And Perry Central does not want to be behind the sticks.
No, that in the Bell County game, that was something that really hurt them several times. Was,
between the 20s, they did really good, and then just shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. And here goes
good protection.
Maggard. Nice throw, and it is there, and it was to number 22 for them, and that's Cecil.
Yeah, great protection by the offensive line up front by Perry Central. They picked up the blitz nicely, and we watched Maggard against McGoffin. When he's got time, he's a very accurate quarterback.
And they're going to call that a 1st down as the nose of the football touches the 50, so that's going to be a 1st down, Commodores. As you look over here, you got to find Gibson and you got to find Cecil. That's their player, and we've got and it's going to be lining up in the, looks like, Jim, they lined up in the neutral zone, did the Cougars, and that's going to be 5 yards for the Commodores, and that'll make it 1st and 5.
And that's something that drives the coaches crazy, giving them 5 free, especially after a nice long gainer.
And I don't believe they have a mic. If they do, I cannot hear it to see. And we've got 5 minutes to go in the first quarter as the Commodores are in the Cougar territory on the 45. Maggard, quick throw out here, and it hits. Looked like to me it hit the backside of a Cougar.
Yeah, but that's that little tunnel screen. And listen, if he catches that, it could be 6 because it really opened up.
Right, because you not necessarily zero coverage back there, but they had one high safety, looked like.
Yep, and they had everybody going the other direction, and Jaron Fugit could pull that in. I mean, that's a big play.
Maggard, here we go, 2nd and 5. Handoff's going to go to Gibson. A nice gain that time. Gibson's going to pick up 7 and a 1st down for the Commodores.
Yeah, the offensive line, very impressive right now for the Perry Central Commodores. They're driving the Cougar defenders down. Really got them on their heels up front.
Yeah, and that was right off of Turner's backside, Landon Turner. And, when you look at these young linemen, you got sophomores and juniors. And when Miller's in there, you've got the freshman. So, and he's in there at left guard. So,
yeah, it's just
Commodores moving the football. Maggard looks, and he's pressured, and he's going to go down for the sack.
Yeah, the penetration right there, the first time we saw the Cougars get in there. And that's number 65, Jackson Mead, in on the play.
Yeah, he ended up with a sack. Number 69 comes in there for the Cougars and puts the initial pressure on Maggard.
And flushes him right into the arms of Jackson Mead.
So here we go, 2nd down and 14 on the 42-yard line of the Cougars. Maggard not much time that time. Let's see if they can give him a little bit more time. And you've got the option out, and he's going to go to Gibson, and he's got plenty of room. He's going to be pushed out by Stevens, and that's going to be 1st down Commodores. I don't see any flags.
No, and that's the first time I've seen that option look for the Commodores, and it looks like the Cougars hadn't seen it either.
Saw it one time against Bell County.
Yeah, you're right.
And, you get Gibson out on the edge, and Maggard makes a good pitch in rhythm, and he gets a 1st down. Now the ball being on the, I think it's a 22-yard line. Maggard with the snap, goes back to Gibson. Nothing there this time as he has stopped that time. I think that is Mead. Nope, not Mead that time. That is 69. That is, let's see. I think, is that not, no, that's not Young. We'll get that here in a second.
Kanan Sargent.
Kanan Sargent, they've changed. Nice job. He beat his man and met him in the gap. Cecil to the left this time with Maggard in the backfield. And there it goes to Cecil.
Nice,
he's got a gap.
Run.
And he's going to go. He's going to spin. Is he going to get in?
Yes,
Touchdown, Commodores. In.
Yeah, and once again, the offensive line really looking impressive up there as he had a great initial hole. Once he penetrated the second layer, Manus, it was all him.
And let's see Cecil as they meet him out there, and we've got a player down.
I think it's just cramps.
Okay, and it's still kind of warm. People saying it, but you got excitement sometimes, and when you got excitement, it is a cramp. And nice, as you said, a nice run that time by Cecil. And when you're smaller and you get through that gap, you don't see them, behind those big hogs on the front line. And
Cecil, another sophomore to go with.
Yes,
as a sophomore. This future for this Perry Central team, I think, very impressive right now. A lot of young kids. And their primary playmakers are young. I mean, you've got Parker Maggard, that's a sophomore.
Well, you got your
a sophomore.
Right, you got skilled, and you got your defensive and offensive linemen.
Yeah, you look down the line
sophomores and juniors.
on the depth chart, and you just see so many. It's like a sophomore-dominated group.
and it's taking a little bit longer down there. And, you know, I've had those cramps before, and it's not a good feeling for me.
And,
So,
you know, a lot of times, too, that, you know, the kids, we harp on them to drink water all day long.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't understand that, you know, you have to drink so much water during the day to prevent this. And, you know, when you're 16, not really high on the priority list.
Yeah. So we're tied at 6-all with 3:04 in the first quarter. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Thanks to all of our sponsors that make it happen. And we'll have the Double Quick halftime show at halftime. Thank you to the For the Whistle guys down there. They did a good job. And, you know, Winston and Dusty, they've done a good job getting us into this. And we're still waiting here. And, you know, when we start looking at the games tonight, we got Betsy Lane at Knott County Central. We got Breathitt at Hazard. We've got Middlesboro at Leslie County. And then David Adams is over in Paintsville as the Pikeville Panthers are playing Johnson Central over there. David and Tim Sloan's got that game on Heroes and Icons. Also, we got volleyball going on in the state All-A, and in Double-A, we've got Knott County Central is playing in Owensboro at the Owensboro Convention Center, and Letcher Central is playing at Brescia College. So we've got a lot of state volleyball going on. We've got other games, so just stay tuned. We may have a few scores for you about those. And I do know that Letcher Central lost in 2-0 to Warren East in the first round, and they're in pool play, both Knott Central in All-A and Letcher Central in the Double-A. They play in pools. So it was number 55 for Perry County Central, and hopefully he can work that off.
Oh, he'll be fine, because I'm telling you, that kid is the prototypical nose guard. I mean, he looks like a fire plug out there, and he can absolutely get things done.
And, you know, the thing about it is you probably couldn't pry him off that field. And he's already looking about going in. And
I'm sure.
We're going to have the extra point now for holder will be for Jackson Collins. And the kick is up, and the kick is good, and that will make it 7-6. Perry County Central will be right back with the Bank of Hyman Game of the Week. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman Game of the Week. Perry County Central goes in with a 22-yard run by Cecil, making it 7-6 at the 3:04 mark of the first quarter. Of course, Outlaw and Holbrook with a pass at the 6:54 mark on the 14-yard pass. So both teams come out, both teams score.
Yeah, you know, and I can't say it enough. I'm so impressed with the front 4, 5 on the offensive side and the defensive side for the Commodores. Very strong and physical. And the Cougars have got to come up with an answer to that to control the line of scrimmage.
And
you know, I saw today on Facebook, Hillard Howard was
Mike
talking
Griffin is having a little trouble there with it.
Hillard Howard was talking to Mark Stoops, and I said, I wonder what that conversation was. And it's Ben Howard texted me and said he told Mark that you can win by just running the ball.
And Stidham spins and goes out of bounds at the 40 after
good field position.
Blake Griffith, he kept looking over and said, what's wrong with that tee? And 40-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 2:57 to go. Be on the near hash mark toward us in the press box. Let's see what Letcher County Central can dial up, and let's see what they've talked to Perry County Central on the defensive side to try to slow down the passing game of Letcher County Central.
Well, I mean, the Commodores, you may see them dial up a blitz a little bit more on the things. They come in with the 4-man front. They got the box a little more stacked with 7 guys in the box right here.
And you got Outlaw out here wide. And it's going to be a quarterback, and it's not going to be. It's going to be stopped right there, and that's going to be Riley. Riley on the stop. He's right in that gap, and it's going to be for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they tried to run the quarterback counter right there, but I'm telling you, man, it's everything up front. The Commodores are blowing it up on the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to mark it a 1-yard loss. So still, 2nd down and 11 for the Cougars.
So, the Cougars, you see them, maybe they'll go to the passing game a little earlier.
Chris Neese in there for Miller, and he breaks through, and it looks like it's going to be a hold, and it's going to be thrown away as Eldridge and Neese got in there on Holbrook, and they're going to call a hold, of course.
This is going to bring up really, very similar to the first.
Do you take that penalty, or do you decline?
No, I put them back.
And Coach Dixon goes out and tells the official that he will accept it. No, he's going to decline it. I thought he said, I'll take it.
With the Cougars'
I'm not good at lip reading too good. But,
if I'm Coach Dixon, which he's obviously a little more knowledgeable than I am. He's down there and I'm up here, but I would have forced the Cougars to go a little bit longer on 3rd down.
So we got a 3rd and 11. We got Outlaw, and, we've got a timeout here. And let's see. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, they're resetting the game clock.
Oh. So it was 2:19, or on the play clock, they went to back to 25 seconds. So here we go, 3rd and 11.
Here comes the blitz.
Holbrook looks. He's got a little pressure. Nobody out there. He splits through, throws it long to Stidham. He's got it, and he breaks loose, and it's got 20, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds on the 13-yard line as Johnson saves the touchdown for the Commodores.
Just another play that Gunnar Holbrook, you can see that. I know I said it previously, but the maturation. And, when you roll out like that, it kind of becomes a scramble drill. And the receivers, their job is to come back to the quarterback. And
right.
He went to his trusty number 6, and Stidham pulls it in for a big gainer.
48 yards on the pass.
It's so tough on the Commodores to put themselves in 3rd and long again.
Holbrook stands back, goes out here to Sturgill, and he's going to miss it. Coverage on that play that time by Miller. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Just a little wheel route out in the backfield, but a great job by number 33 for Perry Central.
Miller was out there. The Miller boys.
Down,
You got the Miller boys, both freshmen, of course.
Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, if I'm Mark Dixon, I'm licking my chops to get this bunch a little more game experience.
2nd and 10 as Outlaw is out to the right along with Brown. In motion goes Almond, and he's going to cut back to Sturgill, and he's going to be lassoed that time by, looks like Eldridge on the stop. Let's see what they give him.
He picks up about 4 or 5 right there.
So it ended up being a little bit more. And that'll make it 3rd and 5 from the 8-yard line. Quick sub comes in for Perry County Central. Holbrook stands back. He got
plenty of time. He's got some room.
And he's going to be knocked down at the 4 as Miller comes up. And it looked like to me Jones were the tackle for Perry County Central.
So that's going to bring up a huge 4th down for the Cougars.
And it looks like it's going to be, can't really tell, don't have my binoculars out.
Looks like the ball is going to be on the 6-yard line.
Yep, and it looks like to me it'll be 4th and 4.
Yeah, they bring Howard in here, and I don't know if at 4 yards.
I think they may use a timeout, and I believe I am correct. So we're going to take a timeout. 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. Perry Central up 7-6. Stay with us on Hometown 24. welcome back to Perry County Central. And, what we've got going on here with the Bank of Hyman football game of the week is a dandy, as David Adams says. And, here we go as we break out from the timeout. And it is 4th and 4. And it looks like they're in the I, Jim.
That's the first time I've seen us under center, or seen Letcher Central under center.
And let's see what ends up. And I heard something go off, and I'm not really sure what that was.
Yeah, that's very rarely do you see quarterbacks under center nowadays.
No,
and
no,
so
unless you're playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
And sometimes now you don't even see that. So they'll go right back to that same set, and you got Outball out here nearest to us, and it's going to be a fake. And Holbrook comes out. He's being pressured, cuts it back inside, and he's not going to get it, and that's going to be
lose a yard.
No, and it's going to be Commodore football. As Holbrook tried to separate himself, and he just could not get there as Miller makes the stop for the Commodores.
Yeah, very impressed with this Perry Central defense right now. They're playing fast, dominating the trenches up
Reckless
front.
abandon.
Yes.
Just going after it from sideline to sideline. 41 seconds to go as they'll have the ball here. And they'll mark it at, looks like the 12-yard line, maybe the 13, 12.5-yard line.
I believe it looks like about 10 and a half, we'll call it.
Did I? Yeah. Going to have to adjust my glasses a little bit. Maggard with a handoff to Gibson and
Not
had
much
no
there.
room that time, and he's going to lose 2. And let's see if that's going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah, another nice play in there by number 69, and that's Kanan Sargent. Good job in there getting that penetration.
Looked like he made a good swim move there to get and beat the left guard. And looks like to me that is going to end the first quarter as the Commodores and Cougars will make it to the other end. And after one, Perry Central is up 7-6 on Letcher Central. So stay with us here on Hometown 24. We'll be back in 30.
School's in session, and so are the savings at Appalachian Wireless. Right now, get an iPhone 14 for just $1. Yes, that's just $1 when you trade in any eligible device or sign up today for an unlimited or mix and match plan with a 2-year agreement. It's the perfect way to head back to school with the latest tech without breaking the bank. Hurry, this offer ends August 31st or while supplies last. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us on the web at appalachianwireless.com because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman football game of the week. Letcher County Central and Perry County Central. Perry Central up 7-6 after one. Perry Central with a football, and it looks like it's marked right on the 9-yard line now. In the eye, pitch out to Gibson, and he cuts it back, and he's going to get a little bit.
Yeah, Kanan Sargent.
Look like
right
Mason
there,
Stevens.
And Mason Stevens in on the stop. You can see it's kind of a contradiction. The Cougars trying to stick with the power running game inside the tackles, and the Commodores, with the option, the quick pitch, trying to get the ball outside.
And, if you can get Gibson out on the edge.
Yeah, he's very shifty. And then we saw, the same thing from Keegan Cecil.
Yes. So it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Commodores. A big play for Letcher County Central's defense. Big play for the offense of Perry County Central wanting to stay out there with a lead of 7-6.
Cougars all 11 defenders, 8 yards from the ball.
And here we go.
And it's going to be inside trap.
And Cecil is going to get up to the 17-yard line. And he's going to get 4 yards, but it's going to force Perry County Central to punt. And the punter for Perry County Central is Parker Maggard as well.
And Parker, great leg. I watched him.
Yeah.
He does a great job punting the football.
And back for the Cougars, I believe that is Colton Stidham.
Yep, I think so.
And it is. up shorter than that is Mason Stevens. Long snapper snaps it back for Maggard. He's got a good leg on it.
Nice punt.
Goes right at Stidham. Stidham's going to turn it back, and he's got the angle over there. He's got the edge. He's got 20. He's got 15, and he's knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're going to call him out at the
about the 12-yard line.
line.
You know, and Manus, it was a good punt distance-wise, but he didn't have a lot of hang time, and it didn't allow
give
the
his time.
coverage
Right.
team to get down there and hem him up.
So he approximately 38 yards on the return by Stidham, and good field position for the Cougars. And I see that Miller is back in for the Commodores. That's good news.
Yeah, he's playing. He's not playing the nose now. He's playing the anchor out here on the weak side end.
And you know, Chris Neese has done an outstanding job in his relief as a at the tackle spot, nose tackle.
Well, he's no small fry either.
Oh, definitely not. As he rolls out as Holbrook, he's looking, throws it into the deep corner, and it's going to be overthrown just a wee bit, and it's going to be second down for the Cougars. Good coverage by the Commodores.
Yeah, just not a lot of field to work with when you're rolling out right there.
The old saying is it cuts your field in half.
Yeah, and you know, even though it's from the other hash, with the boot, the play took a little longer to develop. The receivers just kind of got to where they couldn't really make a play on the ball.
And you don't want to throw that thing back over the middle, back the other way.
No.
It's the old saying is do not do that.
No, that's a good way to turn the tables real quick.
Holbrook back. He's got Sturgill on his left and Stidham on his right, and it's across to Stidham, and he's keeping his feet moving, but right there he's going to be stopped by, that's number 11.
Yeah, he's going to get about
and that's
4.
Haddocks for the Commodores.
Just run the little inside trap right there, and it kind of opened up, but the Commodores able to close it down quickly.
And it'll be the tip of the ball right on the 10-yard line. So that's going to be essentially 3rd and maybe 7, we'll call it. Cougars huddling up.
You know, look for that back shoulder fade here to Outlaw.
And Gibson is playing way off of Outlaw over on the short side. And Holbrook looks, getting pretty good protection. It's breaking down. It's going to go right there to Sturgill.
It's going to be short about 2.
Yep, I think they're going to kind of mark him right there at the 6. So
3, be 4th and 3.
And, of course, they're going to go for that. And once again, you got Sturgill to Holbrook's right, and you got 2 receivers on each side looking for the call over from Coach Logan Johnson of the Cougars.
Yeah, look and see maybe do the boot run pass option to the wide side of the field.
And he drops directly back to Holbrook.
Good coverage.
Down and he throws the ball, and it's going to be
caught. Yeah, that's a nice play.
And they're going to call a touchdown. And that is to Mason Stevens, I believe, and that's going to be touchdown Cougars, and that puts the Cougars up 12-7 with 8:43 to go in the second quarter. But Holbrook had a lot of time, Jim.
Yeah, that was, he had way too much time right there, and he actually had Outlaw on the other pylon pretty open as well.
Yeah, and, Cecil tried to knock it away there, but was unable to knock it out of Stevens, and he held on to it. And let's see if the Cougars, looks like they're going to go for 2, of course, being up by 5 here.
Yeah, Holbrook looking really, really sharp tonight.
So that's his second touchdown pass. And it's out of the eye. And it's going to be fumbled, but it's going to be picked up by Sturgill, and he's not going to make it.
I'm telling you right there. Number 8 for the Commodores, and that is
he leveled him.
Tyler Robinson, and
Robinson's back. Yeah, he's been hurt early in the year, and Tyler does a good job, and that makes it 12-7, 8:43, and we're going to take a 30-second break. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn. It is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman Game of the Week. Letcher County Central goes in with a pass from Holbrook to Mason Stevens, unable to come up with a 2-point conversion. 12-7 with 8:43 to go. And, Jim, what's Perry Central got to do right here?
You know,
think?
With the dominating front they've had, I would, see them commit a little bit more to the run, maybe play action a little bit. But, they've looked very effective on offense.
Collins getting ready to kick off. Back for the Commodores. Looks like Gibson, and can't see on the other side, but it's going to go right to Gibson at the 18-yard line. He turns it up, got a block there, and he's going to run up to the 32-yard line. 10-yard return by Gibson. Good field position for the Commodores.
And Thaden Brown with a nice stop in the open field right there.
So on the 31-yard line, I thought they marked it a little bit shorter than I thought it was, but let's see if what the Commodores dials up here. And Coach Prey. Gibson to the left of Maggard. He drops straight back, throws it over into the flat area, and that's Fugit, and he's going to turn, and he's got room, and he's going to pick up the first down and out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And that's a 19-yard hookup between Maggard and Fugit.
Just a little comeback route out there, and he made Sturgill miss in open field, and then it was off for a big gainer for the Commodores. And Parker Maggard says, "Hey, Gunnar Holbrook, I play quarterback too."
Hey, they didn't listen to you about running the ball.
No, but I think that once again, Mark Dixon has a few more W's than McCauley.
Here we go. And press coverage over on the far side of Fugit, and it's going to be sidestepped by Gibson.
Ooh, he's tripped up, and it's potentially.
He got 9 on that, but nice footwork. Picks up 9 on that first down carry. He evaded the right side linebacker that time on the short side of the field.
Once again, you look down, you'll see a couple of the Cougar defensive linemen well downfield being blocked.
And this is what you're kind of talking about, Jim. And you're letting that clock move, and you're getting positive yardage. 2nd and 1, handoff back to Gibson. He's going to get it, and that's going to be first down Commodores. And here comes a late flag coming from way back with the back judge. And let's see, usually that.
Yeah, you had an unsportsmanlike out there. I'm not for sure who it's going to be on, but you had the receivers and the corner over there tangled up downfield.
But I believe it's going to be back on this side, Jim.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And let's see what the call is. And it's going to go against the Cougars, looks like. It's going to be face mask. So evidently it might have been on the run. But it came from way back there, and usually that spells not good for the defensive team. Right. Yeah. So it's going to be first down Commodores on the 24-yard line. Cecil to the right of Maggard. You have Fugit all the way to the wide side. And Maggard set, and he's going to be hit.
Wow.
He's going to be hit that time by Sturgill. He comes up.
That just come off the corner.
Oh, yes.
And he was untouched.
And that's going to be like a 5-yard loss for the Commodores on first down. 2nd and 15. 7:15 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Maggard, and I think Maggard kind of failed him and ducked down a little bit, and it's probably a good thing that he did.
Yes. And almost squirted away.
Yeah.
Fugit coming to the wide side of the field here for the Commodores. Maggard's going to take the snap, gives it to Gibson. And no, it's Cecil, I'm sorry. And he's going to pick up, he's not going to pick up anything here, and that's going to make it third down for the Commodores.
Yeah, Cecil and Gibson both run the ball very hard.
Yes.
They're kind of like ping pong balls in there.
It's lightning and lightning.
Yeah.
So on the 30-yard line, let's see what the Commodores will dial up here. Probably going to try to get at least half, if not more, in this third down as the play clock is winding down. And I think they're going to call a timeout here as Coach Dixon is standing beside the head linesman. And I'm correct in saying so. So with 6:02, we're going to take a timeout here along with the Commodores. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back to Hazard, Kentucky, and Perry County Central hosting the Letcher County Central Cougars here. 6:02, Letcher County Central up 12-7, and Coach Dixon calls a timeout here to set up something. Do you call two plays here? Do you call one, hoping that?
I think with the time that you're fine with just. You're no hurry, and you saw him wait till the play clock almost expired to call a timeout, and that's kind of, keeping that offense potent offense of Letcher Central off the field.
And you have Miller in the H, and we've yet to see Miller catch a ball, and he's very capable of catching it.
You say that.
Drops back, and there goes the throw, and he's open. Cecil's got it, and he's going to be marked at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, just a beautiful little switcher out on the side over here, and Maggard just lays it out for him. Perfect pass.
And Maggard lost his helmet, and that means they're either going to have to call timeout or sub for him. So that means Johnson will come in at quarterback unless they want to go to the Wildcat.
And we saw him run the Wildcat a little bit early in the year, so wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him move Gibson into the Wildcat.
And Johnson's going out on the field, and it's first down and first and goal on the 2-yard line. Nice hookup between Maggard and Cecil.
Yeah, both quarterbacks tonight really putting on, very accurate throwing.
And, Miller gave a good block on the right side of the defense of Letcher Central in the eye. Gibson on the back of the eye. Gives it to Gibson, and he is going to go in, and that's touchdown Commodores. That will put the Commodores up 13-12.
So the lead for the Cougars, very short right there, as the Commodores execute a nice drive down and capped off with a nice little run inside.
And, they mixed up the run and the pass. And so Perry Central going for the extra point here. And that's going to be Collins with a hold, and it's going to be blocked. And that's going to keep us at 13-12 with 5:23 to go in the half. So stay with us here on Hometown 24 as we've got a good game going on for you.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman Game of the Week here on Hometown 24. 40 years of giving you great sports. And, Jim, have you got a score from over at Paintsville?
Yeah, it looks like J.J. Reynolds rips off a 48-yard run, and Chris McNamee elects to go with the onside kick after the score, and they recover it. So it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Johnson Central 48 with 10:57 left in the first quarter.
Oh, my. Commodores getting ready to kick off. And that will be Shane Griffith will kick off this time. Back to return the kick will be Colton Stidham. And looks like
Brown,
looks like. And here goes the kick, and it's going to be right at And that's going to be Stidham with the football, and he's going to be stopped right there on the 34. Nice coverage by the Commodores. Rather clean game so far.
I was getting ready to say the same thing, Manus. I've watched both teams help each other up after they've knocked down, and it's really nice to see good sportsmanship.
Yeah. And, it means we're playing football tonight. 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
The Cougars unable to get anything going at all on the ground. It's been pretty much on the arm of Gunnar Obrook so far.
And Miller back at the nose tackle for the Commodores, along with Eldridge and Jones. Holbrook throws it out to Outlaw out there trying to pick up a block. He turns it back up, and let's see where they make a mark. And there comes a flag. A late flag comes in from the side judge.
Yeah, after I just said that, look like there may be a little late hit right there.
Usually I determine I'll just be quiet when I start saying that stuff. Let's see if they're going to mark it 1st down. And let's see what the penalty is going to be and how it's going to be assessed.
Nice little, little outside screen that time. It's a face mask.
Face mask, and Outlaw turns it up quickly. And let's see, that's going to move it to the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 Cougars.
And a good play call by offensive coordinator Logan Johnson, just to alleviate a little bit of that defensive rush on Holbrook and get the ball out quickly and let his athletes make plays in space.
And, it's a safe call. Stidham in motion for the Cougars. Holbrook throws it long, trying to get Mason Stevens, and it's going to be coverage by Cecil, and it's going to be incomplete.
Really tight coverage by Cecil out there as they kind of parried down the field. A little underthrown, probably the first pass that I've seen Gunner not be on the mark tonight.
So it makes 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Cougars own 49-yard line. 4:47 left in the half, and stay with us for the double quick halftime show. 2 receivers to each side. Holbrook will hand it off, and it will go to – no, he does not. He fooled me, and he will run out of bounds. And that's probably going to pick up, looks like 2.
Yeah, once again, just really tough sledding for the Cougars inside, on the running game.
So we'll pick up, and it'll be on the Cougar side on the 49, and it will be 3rd and 8.
The Commodores have been in this situation several times tonight, and the Cougars have been successful in the 3rd and long situation.
So Stidham and Stevens to our side over here, to the wide side. Holbrook steps back, getting pressured, and he'll throw it out to Howard, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Yes, he does. 12-yard pass play as the Perry County Central fans were wanting a hold call there.
Yeah, they had pressure on Holbrook there. They sent a blitz from the inside linebacker that flushed Holbrook out. But, Holbrook right now looks really comfortable outside the pocket.
And, he steps away from it and is looking downfield. He doesn't look to turn it up. Holbrook steps back, looks down the field, comes off to Howard, and he drops it, I believe, onto the far side. And there's a flag on the play.
It looks like a cramping player for the Cougars here on this side.
I believe
looks
it's
like that's number 2, Brown.
Brown over here. And let's see what it's going to be called here. And the official is going to go ahead and make the call as Coach Dixon comes out to check on the Cougar once again.
Mark Dixon, guys, he's a class act.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those guys. It's just he's there for the kids.
So here it is.
Personal foul.
And it's going to be a late hit on the Cougars, and that's going to be a dead ball, 15-yard penalty as Brown is up now, and he'll walk off. That's good news.
Boy, your Coach Matthews cannot be happy with that call.
So he's asking what the penalty was on, And that's going to move the football all the way back to the 46-yard line.
And Manus, you don't have a lot of plays in the playbook for 2nd and 30.
Well,
that's a tough one.
That's only at the end of the quarter, or end of whatever. So let me move my there. I've got you tied up.
That's all right.
So 4:21 and 2nd, and I think you could throw it all the way to Kite from here, and or try to get it to Kite. But we'll see what the Cougars come up with. We've got trips over here to the wide side, straight behind Howard. Sturgill goes into motion, 2nd down and a bunch. They give it to Howard, and he turns it up, and he's going to get a few. Somebody lost a helmet on the way.
Yeah, he's going to pick up about 5.
Yeah, I think they're going to mark him actually at the 50. So that's going to make it 3rd and still long. So here we go, and once again, can the Commodores get off the field at 3rd down?
Yeah, this is a big one right here for the Commodore defense, who have played. They played really well tonight, except on 3rd and longs.
Yes. So here we go. Let's see what the Cougars dial up.
The defenders are playing the stakes there.
And
Holbrook, plenty of time,
and he's going to throw it here, and it's going to be intercepted. And I believe that is Miller. And he's got it. He's got 20, 10, 5, and he dives.
And they're going to give him the score.
Touchdown, Commodores. And that was thrown over the middle, 60-yard pick 6 by Miller. Josh Miller with a 60-yard pickoff as it was thrown back over the middle, Jim.
Yeah, and when you throw across your body in that situation, more times than not, nothing good happens there. But Miller, give him credit. He makes a great play on the ball.
And a great run. And we have a sideline warning on Prairie Central, but you can understand that.
Yeah, and there's an injured Cougar in the corner over
far
here.
corner. I did not see that. So we're and that's a big time play by the defense. You had just said we got to get off the field, the Commodores say, and they do. And they end up with 6 points, and that makes it 19-12 Perry County Central. And we're going to.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Good times, good food, and good people at the Goal Line Bar and Grill. Come try their daily lunch specials as well as the best steak in Hazard as voted by the people. Looking for something fun to do? Hit up the tables and the dartboard. Also, trivia night every Tuesday evening. Goal Line has all your favorite big sports events on the big screen. There's something for everyone at Goal Line. Goal Line Bar and Grill in Hazard.
Welcome back as a Letcher County Central player, and we're trying to identify the number of him, trying to make the tackle on the interception return by Josh Miller. Outstanding by Josh. It's Prairie Central will be going for the extra point here at 19-12. I'm still trying to look all the way across and cannot make it out. And we're ready for action as number 10, the holder, will be Jackson Collins, and he's made his point where he needs to. See if they can come up with a point after touchdown here. And here's the kick, and it is going to be good. And that will make it 20-12, Prairie County Central against Letcher Central with 3:36 second quarter. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, mat program, x-ray, and transportation. Little Flower Clinic Rheumatology, Dr. Travis Sizemore and Brianna Cornitz, treating autoimmune disorders such as lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and more. 487-9505. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, your medical home in the mountains.
Back to the Bank of Hyman game of the week, Prairie County Central, after the 60-yard pickoff by Josh Miller, and the extra point goes up 20-12 with 3:36 to go in the second quarter. Kickoff this time will be number 42, and I think he's got to cover his knees, and they're asking he's going to have to come off, and that is Blake Griffith. And which that means that Shane Griffith is going to have to do the kicking off. And got the tee out. And let's see how Holbrook and the Cougars respond to that adversity.
Well, the thing is, you look at the half, and, by not deferring, Commodores will get the ball back, start the second half.
Yes. So 3:36 left, and it's going to be booted, and it's going to be to Sturgill. Sturgill turns it back to the middle. He's got some room, and he's going to go across the 50-yard line and down to the 47.
Yeah, great field position for the Cougars.
Definitely so. Thanks for everybody watching. Dr. Sam Quillen, thank you for tuning in, watching tonight. Thank you, Tim Eldridge. I even think Ryan Farmer's watching tonight. Ryan, you're supposed to be watching Leslie County, buddy. But he loves football, basketball.
He loves sports.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Dexter Campbell, you and Lisa, thank you for tuning in tonight.
I think I saw Dexter over here.
Oh.
I almost thought I saw that legend walking by.
The legend, he calls me about baseball cards on a regular basis. 47-yard line for the Cougars. Let's see what they can dial up here. Fake goes out and almost. That was really close that time from this angle.
That's Tyler Robinson, who really jumped the screen right there. That's watching a lot of film and seeing what's developing.
Once that quarterback put his foot in the ground and turned that way, he broke on the football, and it was really close to being a second.
Yep.
And there was nobody in between him and Tater.
No.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Cougars. And, sitting on those routes a little bit, they may go long here. And I say that, they back out of it. Goes over to Stevens, and Stevens is going to turn it up, and that's going to be marked, and I believe that's going to be, first down.
Yeah, just a nice little out route and timing play, and Holbrook connects with Stevens for a first down.
Came up with a little bit of a press, and then they backed out of it right before the snap. Holbrook looking to take the snap, goes back, pump fakes, and he's going to be pushed back in by Eldridge. He's going to throw it up, and nobody there.
Yeah, once again, Eldridge really putting a lot of pressure through that defensive line.
Man, he surely is. Once again, Prairie County Central fans asking for that hold. Maybe they'll get it here in a minute. Coming to the short side this time will be the Cougars.
2nd and 10, look for the Cougars. If I'm them, I'll look at that short passing game. Maybe not the screen, but just, the outs, the hitches.
And the thing about it is, Jim, they're keeping only 5 to 6 people in the box, and the Cougars are yet to be able to run that football.
No.
Holbrook takes it run. Once again, Eldridge throws it in the middle, and that's going to be caught by Stidham. He's trying to get away, and he does get another yard, but he's going to come up short here, and that will make 3rd down and probably about 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, I think he's got a 7 yards on the play. Yeah. Once again, the Commodore defense, they're flying to the ball, and listen, they're not exchanging Valentines when they get there.
No, and you're looking at your TV screen, you're seeing almost, and when that happens, you're seeing at least 8 or 9 Commodores in that picture each time when a Cougar running back or wide receiver has the football and running with it. Holbrook got Howard to his left, gives it off to Howard. He sidesteps, and he's going to roll through, and there comes a flag out, and that usually probably means it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, that was in the vicinity of a holding call right there.
And it's going to be it was a cut.
Yeah.
That was going down to the knees. Is that the correct call?
Yeah,
that I just saw?
The defender, submarined him,
and that's a rule that has changed in recent times for the knee purposes.
Yeah.
So that's going to give the Cougars a first down with 2:12 left in the second quarter. And you probably heard that on call the hold.
Very definitive.
Yeah, that was clear. But anyway, I want to thank AD Harold Brashear for giving us all the information and putting us in a good spot to see up here in the press box. Appreciate that.
Yeah, a refrigerator stocked with water.
Yeah. Appreciate the Perry County administration for allowing us to come down and do a game. Here we go, first down. And there's going to be the fight. Going to throw it to Stidham. Stidham goes up with it.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Stidham. And that's going to put Letcher Central closer 20-18. So the third touchdown pass for Holbrook.
Yeah, that's a great reception out there by Stidham. They kind of showed the wheel route and pump fake, and it gave Stidham just enough separation out there to break free for Holbrook to find him for the touchdown.
So we've got a Big 12 game breaking out here.
Yeah.
So 2018. I'm sure they're going to go for two here, and
there's a chance to tie it up.
So you've got Holbrook. To the right will be Howard. Outlaw all wide to the short side. Well, not the short side. It's right down the middle. And the handoff is going to be fake, and he's going to go in, and that's going to tie it up. 2-point conversion.
Great inside trap right there by 77, Gavin Martin, to open up that little quarterback keeper.
And that's going to make it 20-20 with 154, and we'll be back in 30 seconds here on Hometown 24.
Hi, my name is Heidi Hoffensperger from Hoffensperger Law Office.
Debt can feel overwhelming. The calls, the letters, the constant pressure, it's hard to see a way forward. You're not alone. The law office of Heidi Hoffensperger has helped countless people through their bankruptcy, giving them a fresh start and a chance to rebuild. Bankruptcy isn't the end.
The legal world can be a very, very difficult and complicated world, and I don't want that for my clients.
Call today and let Heidi help you with this new beginning.
Welcome back once again. Thank you for tuning in here on Hometown 24, the Bank of Hyman game of the week. And I keep saying dandy. I keep sounding like David Adams.
Well, man, as we said before, regardless, a lot of people thought that Letcher Central was favored in this game. And, I told everybody, Prairie Central's young. They're going to get better every week. And Coach Dixon always formulates a great game plan. And it's going to be a barn burner tonight.
And like you said earlier, Prairie Central young, playing two. You usually gain the most between your first and second and your second and third game. And a younger team, it may take just a little bit longer for that to occur.
And, when you start with North Laurel and then Bell County.
You're not playing chopped liver.
No.
So here we go. Kickoff by the Cougars. Gibson back, and it's going to go to Gibson right at the 17-yard line. He's looking to cut it back up the middle. He slices through, and he's knocked down at the 32.
It's Gary Howard on the hit right there.
15-yard punt return, and that gives Prairie Central a pretty good amount of time with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go. They do have just one timeout. But let's see what they come up with here. And like you said, they will have the football on the return of the third quarter.
But, I don't expect the Commodores to really attack downfield right here. They've been pretty successful with the running game and the short pass game. So I don't expect them to take any big chances knowing they get the ball back in the second half.
So 32-yard line. The Cougars are probably going to not really press anything here. And Maggard to his left is
and they're sending Gibson. The house.
And they're going to throw it out. Oh, that is close to be going the other way.
Yeah, that's a dangerous pass, and looked like 86 for the Cougars, and that is
I don't have an 86, I don't believe. I looked at an 86 earlier. So if anybody knows who number 86 is, we'll keep looking somewhere. I've lost my other one. Here goes Maggard, and he's going to go to Gibson, and there he's going to be stopped short on the 35-yard line, and that's going to make it 3rd and 7 for the Commodores as the clock winds down to 1 minute and 32 seconds.
Yeah, you look here, Coach Matthews will take a timeout here to maybe get a punt off. He's got 2 timeouts remaining. Is that correct?
You got that right. I was getting ready to say that, and right now he's not doing that. So satisfied that they're going to stop him and maybe go ahead and call that timeout and have that 1 left if they can stop him here. So Maggard looking over to Coach Prey, and Coach Prey saying just hold you tighter, as the old saying goes.
So they'll run it down and then probably call the timeout here. And
it goes down 2-1, and then there is the timeout. And we'll just hold it here. And, Jim, what do you call here?
I think by running the clock down like that, you're probably going to stick with just to run and punt it away. I can't see them taking a big shot here after they ran that much time off the clock, Manus.
Yeah. So 53 seconds to go, 20-20. We're going to have the double quick halftime show. Stay with us, and we'll try to pick up what's going on at the Hazard Breathitt game, the Betsy Lane Knott Central game, the Middlesboro Leslie County game, and, of course, David Adams' game over at Paintsville, Johnson Central High School, Pikeville, and Johnson Central. And for you volleyball fans, we'll try to see if we can pick up a score from Knott County and Letcher Central's volleyball games at Owensboro. And if you didn't get to watch it the other night, Purry Central and Leslie County's volleyball game that Hometown 24 did Wednesday night, you missed out. So when me and Betty Vaughn does one, and we've got Monday night, we've got Hazard at Knott County Central. So tune into that. If you ain't got anything else to do, go see those girls play.
High school
or
volleyball
watch
in 14th region has evolved.
So here we go after the timeout. 3rd down. Let's see if they move Miller over to the left side, and he's going to run back behind Miller.
Got a lot of room.
And he's got the 1st down here, and that's
Garrett Howard trips him up right there.
He went right back behind Josh Miller, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Commodores.
Oh, yeah, if I'm a running back, I'm buying Josh Miller, or the Caleb Miller, anything he wants, because he does a great job up there.
The Miller boys are just tough as 9th graders. I can't even imagine what they'll be in the next 2 or 3 years. So here we go. Let's see if they speed it up a little bit, down to 34 seconds, and there it goes right back, and it's going to be a nice stop by the Cougars, and that's going to mean 2nd down and probably 9. And let's see if the Commodores –
yeah, Cougars really drop back. They've got 5 defenders, 15 yards off the ball, making sure nobody gets behind them.
Yeah, and a nice job that time by Gavin Martin. And it looked like Surgeon, and I believe that is they're going to be satisfied with a 20-20 tied-up score here at halftime. And when we come back, we'll have the double quick halftime show. So stay with us. We'll be right back in a few.
Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community.
For more than a century, we have stood by the people of Hazard and Eastern Kentucky. Now we begin a new chapter with a new name. People's Bank and Trust Company is now PBT Bancorp. Our look may be new, but what matters stays the same. The same local faces, the same personal service, the same commitment to your goals. PBT Bancorp is here to help you grow, plan, and build for the future. PBT Bancorp, preparing for a better tomorrow.
Brought to you by Double Quick, Keisha Caldwell Bankruptcy Express, Hometown Pharmacy in Hazard, Mountain Health Alliance, TPBT Bancorp, Primary Care Centers, Kentucky Farm Bureau Whitesburg, and Heidi Hoffensberger Law.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornets want to air it out. He's got a man out here. Linden caught it to 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your Hometown News tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us.
40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
It's that time again to save big and score huge savings on our back-to-school bundle. Come into Appalachian Wireless today to see how you can save over $1,000 when you pair your favorite devices. Because the more you pair, the more you save. It's a deal that lets you gear up the entire family for school while saving big in the process. Stop in today at one of your favorite Appalachian Wireless retail locations or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to learn how you can help your student get back to school ready. Hurry! Offer ends August 31st or while supplies last. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
You need open heart surgery. Words no one wants to hear. But when it becomes your reality, you deserve care built on trust. At Hazard ARH, open heart surgery is performed by Dr. James Shoptaw, a cardiothoracic and vascular surgeon with over 29 years of experience. With skilled hands, strong faith, and proven results, Dr. Shoptaw and his team are with you every step of the way. Trust your heart to ARH and Dr. Shoptaw, a proud member of the ARH Care Network. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Welcome back to the Double Quick halftime show here, and we've had a show in the first half. 2020, we are all tied up. Letcher Central and Purry County Central. Nice evening of football. Nice crowd, Purry Central, and a nice away crowd far from us of Letcher Central. We had a few little all straightened out just a little bit, not much of anything. Thank you, Dr. McDougall, for sending that to us. But Jim, we got a few little scores, and then we'll get into the action and talk a little bit about the first half.
Okay, across the region, the scores we have so far. That big one over in Paintsville tonight, Pikeville and Johnson Central knotted up 14-14. Big-time game over there. Hazard, 35 at home over Breathitt, 21. Knott leading Betsy Lane, 19-7. And then in state, the big game tonight, Bull County and Highlands knotted up 7-7 and a touchdown by one of the top players in the state, Seneca Driver. Yeah.
I love that name.
Yeah, and he backs it up.
He's a driver.
He can drive it. So it looks like some, good scores. And, that Pikeville Johnson Central game kind of surprised me a little bit. Pikeville, everybody said this is going to be the year they're down a little bit, but you don't count Chris McNamee out. And, after knocking off Raceland on an incredible –
after the delay, they come back from 27-0 and win 35-27.
And then stepping up their weight class to 4A Johnson Central Power, tied up 14-14. Hazard looks like they're rebounding nicely after their loss last week.
And that is the Big 12 game.
Yeah, 35-21.
Looks like a lot of defense being played.
Not a lot of defense. And then once again we said Knott County, and Knott County has yet to lose a game. And
Betsy Lane usually puts up the points, and Knott County evidently holding them still right there at 19-7. And then you've got Jared Lorenzen's son playing against Haddocks down there at 7-7. So some good scores going there. I also want to mention in Knott County Central volleyball, they were able to defeat 2-0 Raceland in their first pool match down at the state tournament. Now let's turn our attention back to the first half of this game, Jim. And
it's been everything that a fan could want. I mean, we saw some big runs, a nice big pick six from Perry Central, some great quarterback play from both sides of the ball. Parker Maggard, Gunnar Holbrook, both throwing the ball well. And some of the keys of the game we talked about earlier. Yeah. And we said, Perry Central's got to put pressure on Holbrook.
And they have. And that they had to control the line of scrimmage to give Maggard time, and they've done that. And you kind of, from if you weren't looking at the scoreboard, it almost feels like that Perry has kind of dominated the game from the physicality standpoint, but not, Letcher able to convert big third down after big third down after big third down. And their skilled people have come up with some tough catches. Yeah. Stevens and Outlaw and Stidham. And, Holbrook has put the ball in a position for them to catch it. Yeah. We mentioned about Perry Central kind of chewing up the clock with a little bit of the run and in the short passing game, and they have done that. We've talked about, Letcher County Central and what they needed to do. They've yet to kind of stop some of those runs by, Cecil and, I really like, and, you couldn't tell if they didn't have the different numbers on between Gibson and Cecil. Yeah. Both of them are real quick-footed. They follow their blocking, and they get through the line of scrimmage quickly. Yeah, and, on the Letcher Central standpoint, we've said this several times. Gunnar Holbrook comes in as a highly touted quarterback. Oh, yeah. And he has really, he's had one errant throw that led to a score for Perry Central. Besides that, he's made some great plays out there. So this second half is really the telltale because, what coaches make the adjustments. What do you do differently to give your team the edge? And if I'm Letcher Central, I've got to have a real good talk with those interior linemen, and thank you. And, you've got to win the trenches. Yeah, and the thing about it is in this game, you don't have to be raw. Because if you wasn't ready to play as a Perry Central player or a Letcher Central player, you don't need to be playing football. And, the same thing everybody should now be, and hopefully nobody's really been no injuries. You're going to be beat up because this has been a hard-hitting football
very,
game.
Very physical from both sides.
And, not a lot of penalties. We got a few there in the second quarter, but it has really been – a clean game and, a controlled game. Now, what needs to take place? And you said, it's a chess match. Who makes the differences? You see Letcher Central across to our left and back in the field house, the Perry Central. Who makes the differences or the changes on the offense or defense that can help get one team or the other over the threshold?
Well, I know both coaches are saying right now, listen, it's a physical game, but it's going to come down to one-on-one matchups. You beat the guy in front of you. And, for Perry Central right now, it's got to be their secondary. You've got to step up and make plays. If you're Letcher Central, it's got to be that O-line and D-line. You've got to beat that one-on-one matchup up front. to be able to, because, Letcher, 0 really on the running game. They had the quarterback sneak in for about 6 yards, probably their largest gain of the night on the ground.
So do you think Coach Matthews is over there talking and Coach Dixon, the offensive line coach, is over there and say, we just need to be more physical between tackle to tackle, not only on the offensive side, but on the defensive side?
Yeah, I would think so. And, for Letcher Central, the ability to hit big plays. But now the thing about big plays, it's kind of like the three-point shot. You live and
hit
die
and miss.
by.
Hit and miss.
And Perry, with their being able to run the ball, which, Letcher Central had tightened up on the run a little bit in the last series. But, Perry has been able to be much more efficient on the ground game than Letcher.
And, just to kind of round out the scoring, Letcher Central scored first on an outlaw 14-yard pass at 6:54 to make it 6-0. Then back comes the Commodores with a 22-yard run by Cecil to make it 7-6 with 3:04. And then turn around and Mason Stevens touchdown pass at the 8:43 mark in the second quarter. Then you had the 60-yard pickoff by Josh Miller and in the extra point. Then you had the 2-yard run by Gibson for Perry Central, making it 20-12. And then right at the 1:54 mark, you had the 1-yard touchdown pass for a touchdown, and it made it, with a 2-point conversion, 20-20.
Yeah.
So, once again, probably when people are dialing in on this, they're saying, well, what's the deal with Letcher Central? There's nothing with Letcher Central. It all has something to do with Perry County Central. So, nice game. Let's see how the coaches make those moves. And, with who knows who's going to be the Alice Lloyd player of the game. We've got some that we're thinking about right now, but it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out from that.
I want to give a big shout-out to, athletic director legend Oz Jackson out watching the game tonight.
Oh,
and, it's always good to hear from Oz, and, does a great job, has done a great job for years promoting athletes in Eastern Kentucky.
And, he was my role model as athletic director. He was the person I wanted to emulate, and all those guys. And all those years he did it up at Letcher County Central and was the board. Well, he served on the KHSAA board for a long time and influenced a lot of Kentucky sports. So thank you for tuning in, Coach. And we're going to look and see now if, it's kind of hard to see in that far left-hand corner, but we were seeing if anybody could not see the player that was injured earlier and walked off under his own power. So hopefully all the players are healthy and ready to go in this second half.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. This is going to be and usually when these two teams get together, more often than not, it's a very, very physical, very, very close contested game. Now, there's been a couple that haven't been, but, we expect this one. And I kind of had the feeling going in this was going to be a close game, and it has lived up to its billing.
Yes, it definitely has been, and I couldn't be as more fortunate at Hometown 24 to do an outstanding volleyball game on Wednesday and turn around and we're doing an outstanding football game on Friday. So I'm very blessed to be able to do that. And I thank my partner, Betty Von Cottle, if she's tuning in. She may be over there in the bleachers, but if she's tuning in, thank you for making volleyball special in the 14th region in our coverage area.
Another district score just came in. Shelby Valley 21, Floyd Central nothing at halftime. So Shelby Valley, after a rough week last week, has balanced got the righted the ship, and looks like they're in control over definitely a rivalry game there.
Oh, yeah, and, they played a really good half against Letcher Central, and right before the half, things kind of got away from them as we see the officials making their way out, and we're about 2 minutes and so away from the start of the third quarter, and our next game, our next volleyball game, I mentioned will be Monday night. That will be the Hazard Lady Bulldogs will come to the Morton Combs Athletic Complex to play the Knott County Central Lady Pats, and that will be Monday night. And then next Friday, Who do we have next
I think
Friday?
we're at Breathitt County next
we
Friday.
Are at I think we're either at Breathitt or we're at Knott County with Knott County and Phelps, or we'll be at Breathitt County for the Letcher Central and Breathitt. So either that or the WYMT. So I think we're at Knott County, and that will be Knott County and Phelps Friday night, and Knott County looking to
they could go
win, and they would be a prohibitive favorite at home against Phelps.
Yeah, and looking at last week's games, I had a real shocker. The Prestonsburg Hazard game really shocked me, and I had a chance to watch that game, and so impressed with that Prestonsburg team.
Yeah.
The combination father and son, Wes and Sean Hager, have got that thing running in the right direction, and
a lot of people said last year that 11-2 team was a fluke.
I did. Yeah, I was one that I thought they played a light schedule.
Oh, I didn't know you said that.
Oh, I did. I thought it was a light schedule, and I will eat my words to the people in Prestonsburg. I apologize. As fine a team as I've seen in the mountains this year, the Prestonsburg Black Cats.
And they had their scheme down. They followed and executed that word again. They executed their game plan, and held a Hazard Bulldog team who tonight has 35 points already, down to 9 for the whole game. So, you never know. And once again, you're talking about that second, third, and fourth game improvement, and really good coaches. Their teams improve over the course of the season. And as we come out, like we said, Perry County Central will get the football to start off the third quarter, and back to receive the football, of course, will be Gibson. And, I'm surprised that Letcher County Central keeps kicking the ball to
well, Coach Matthews, over the course of the years, has squib kicked pretty much, all the time. And, Gibson definitely a guy that when he gets the ball in his hands, it's very exciting.
So, anyway, here we go. And we're going to see what transpires as the clock kicks down here. And once again, a lovely night. I guess the winds, you would call it calm. Calm winds, nothing out there. And, everybody got a chance to get them a pop and a hot dog from the concession stand. And once again, thanks to A.D. Harold Mullins. God.
Yeah.
Harold just made me do that.
Well,
Harold Mullins.
Yeah.
He's talking to me just now. Harold Brashear, thank you very much. And he come up to check on us, and we do appreciate that greatly.
Yeah.
And try getting the clock situated here. And, any time that you've got a wireless scoreboard, you just never know.
Speaking of food, as they get it wound up, one of the funniest games I did, we were working for WIFX at one time, me and my friend Ronnie Goins, and we did a game at Prestonsburg, and they brought barbecue ribs up.
Oh, my.
Well, let me tell you, it's really hard to do a game when you've got barbecue sauce all over your hands and fingers. It was really good, but it was tough sledding there at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So any ADs out there that want to put barbecue ribs up there for us, we'd be glad to have.
Oh, yeah. And we'll acknowledge you that you do. But once again, thanks to Harold. And
he's done an excellent job.
Yeah, and he sent us a depth chart, and he sent us team rosters. And we really appreciate when ADs do that for us and helps us out. And
it's not always the case, is it, Mr.
Not always. But, most of the teams in the Hometown 24, when they see us coming in, most of them come. If they've got any changes or whatever, they send them up to us. And volleyball and then football, basketball, baseball, softball, whatever we're doing. So everybody's waiting patiently, and at what point do you keep it by your watch? And if they do,
tough.
That's the back judge is the one that gets to do that.
Yeah.
And
they're setting their clocks right now, setting their watches. So that's what they're going to do. Is the clock finally clicks to 12 minutes.
Yep, and once again, some technology doesn't work well some nights. And that, as an AD, that's your nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
And here comes the kickoff.
And this time they do put it on the ground.
Oh, and boom, boom. Oh, and it's like a rattlesnake. And Gibson's got it, and he's going to try to outrun him, and he's not going to be able to.
No.
And it's going to be
I thought the ball came loose for a second.
I thought so. But I think something come off someone's uniform, and, man, that had rattlesnake all over it.
Yeah, basketball bounces a little different. You know, the football,
oblong.
it was everywhere. But Gibson corralled it.
Whoa, yeah.
And it's going to be tough starting field position.
That looked like a bad hop in baseball right there. But it was a nice kick, and I'm sure it was designed that way, as you were saying. So Perry County Central is going to start off on their 7-yard line, and, not a good start for Perry Central to start the third quarter. Tight formation, and it's going to be Gibson.
He gets a couple.
I think they're going to give him more than that, Jim. So it's out to the
3.
10. Let's give him 3, so 2nd and 7. And, had a tight formation that time by the Commodores. As Fitzpatrick runs off the field, and in comes, I believe that's Gavin Adams, isn't it? I don't
68.
think, is he not? I think he had been injured. We were told that he was injured, but I think that's the first time I've seen him in the game.
Yeah, that's Gavin Adams.
And the gaps are the Cougars, and
nice
it's going to be a
tackle
stop
right there by Garrett Howard. Wow, he really came up from that linebacker position. But
they shot the gaps that time. A lot of aggression going into the gaps there.
Big third down right here, man. It's because, this is a field position game.
Yep.
You look for maybe, do you try a little play action right here? Go tight and leak out a tight end?
Well, I think they're in the same formation. Let's see here. As we got Cecil over here, he's hidden behind Nice. And it's going to be a pitch, and
it's going to be real close.
Let's see what the mark is, and I think over the far side they are coming up short.
Yeah, short, maybe a half a football.
Well, let's see.
It's going to be close.
I think we're going to have a measurement. Nope. They're going to give the first down to Perry County Central. So big break for Perry County Central, and that's going to be first down and 10.
Now they've got a little room to work, and Coach Dixon can open up the playbook a little bit more.
Yep. So nice run by Gibson.
Perry Central very deliberative. They're not in any hurry at all.
Chewing that clock up as we get toward the 10-minute mark.
Still in a tight formation in the wing eye here.
Yep. And it's going to be a pitch out to Gibson, and who was that? And that was Sargent.
Yeah, Sargent's he's really a superb defensive player. Just a sophomore.
He got off his block, Jim, quickly.
He's a junior, excuse me.
Yeah, junior, yeah.
And just a big, strong, athletic kid. So the loss of 2 right there for the Commodores.
And I'm sure that Coach Matthews has talked to him a little bit about being a little bit tougher on that line. Because as you well know, even though we talk about pomp and circumstance, it's all between the trenches is what dictates the game.
Now, you see him widen out a little bit here.
Yep. And he's going to throw the football. He steps up and goes through, throws it long, and he's got him, and it's going to be Fugit, and he throws it over just a little bit. He had him there for a second as he broke containment.
But, it's so hard to run to your left and make that touch throw.
As a right-hander, yes.
As a right-handed quarterback. And he wasn't off by much. But
he pretty much squared his shoulders. Sometimes in our film, sometimes he didn't do that, and he's learning from that. And, that's a sign of watching film. So here we go. It's third down and long for the Commodores.
Look at the defenders for Cougars are playing deep off the ball.
And that's going to be I thought he hit him a little bit early, and Fugit is saying he hit me early, but Fugit made the catch, and it's going to come up short. And that's going to be fourth down for the Commodores, and they're going to have to punt. And Stidham will go back for Letcher County Central. But they did get a first down and got a little bit of room, and Maggard's back to punt the football.
Last time Stidham able to get a really nice return off the punt. Let's see if they get a little bit more hang time on it this time.
Collins with a good hike back there, and Stidham got room, and he turns it up. He's going to run out of bounds. No, he doesn't run out of bounds, turns it back, and he's going to be to the 39-yard line.
About a 12-yard return right there.
Yep. So good field position for the Cougars.
after a change of possession right here, it's a good time to take a shot.
How did you know what I was going to ask?
Well, I mean, you're on the right side of the field right after a change of possession. See if they try to hit Outlaw on a flyer out right here down the sideline.
And let's see if Prairie Central is ready for that. And Stevens is going to come to the wide side of the field over here. Got a bunch set, set them in motion. And it goes straight to Sturgill on the handoff. And he's going to pick up 3, as they said the football came out, and he was down. So pick up a 3 on first down, second down and 7. I think they're going to give him 4 on the scoreboard. Let's say second and 6. Thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight on Hometown 24. We appreciate it. Please patronize and let our sponsors know that you enjoyed the ball game this week. Holbrook stands back. Eldred's not been able to get in there. Throws it down, and it's going to be wide and no flags.
Yeah, another dangerous pass right there.
And that's going to make it third down. And,
yeah, that's
they play a little bit soft on them out there and kind of eyeing the quarterback just a little bit. And so got to be careful those throws over the middle.
Yeah, all it takes is an errant tip, and it's going the other way.
Yep. Sturgill to the left of Holbrook. Trips to the side over here. Rolls right. Throws it across, and there's Stevens, and he's going to sidestep. He's got the first down. Nice play as he was in that soft zone and set down in the zone. 21-yard line for the Cougars. 7 minutes and 39 seconds on the first down. Cougars going a little bit quicker here. Rose to his right, throws it, and it's going to be caught by Stidham, and he's going to go out of bounds. Probably got about 8 yards, looks like, over there.
You talked about that Commodore's playing a little softer, and Cougars have kind of adjusted and going with the underneath routes, 5, 6, 7 yards, really using the pass almost as a run.
Yeah. Glorified run, as they old call it, and it'll be second and 2. Whew. It's from Bell and Hay today. But anyway, Sturgill to the left of Holbrook. Looks like to me Stevens out here on the wide side. Stidham in motion. Throws it back across inside that, and it's going to be Brown. Pass. And what's the call here? And he's going to be out at the half-yard line,
Boy,
looks like.
We're talking about just threading the needle right there. Gunnar Holbrook set his foot through a dart. Great reception by Brown right at the half-yard line.
Yeah, that was an outstanding throw. And Brown almost got in there. I think they're going to not mark. They're going to mark him a little bit further back. I think they did not. I did say the half-yard.
It's on the 2-inch line.
Yep. You got better eyes than I've got.
Well, I'm a little younger.
Howard in the backfield to the right of Holbrook, and I would venture a guess it's coming to Howard. And it does go to Howard. He jumps over the top, and it's going to be touchdown Cougars in our
That's the flag, though. If I'm not mistaken, you're not allowed to leave your feet anymore in that situation.
Yep, and I think that's what they're going to call here. Let's see. They're coming together here to see. And let's see what the call is going to be. And here comes the call, and they're going to say no, and that's going to be a touchdown, a 2-inch touchdown run by Jim says by.
Yeah, it's a Howard over the top Howard. Right there, showing that nimbleness that he's so famous for as he leaps over the pile.
And so now let's see if they're going to go for 2. 26-20 with 6:43 to go in the third quarter, and that's a big 39-yard drive by the Cougars. After the short field, we've got Howard once again to the right of Holbrook. Outside coverage by the cornerbacks, and it's going to go to Howard. He sidesteps, and he's going to walk it in, and that's going to be 2 points, and that's going to make it 28-20, Letcher Central. And we've got a little bit of
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see what brought the flag on unless it was a celebration or something. I didn't.
And it might have been just as Martin had lost his helmet. Let's see what the call. The referees are going to get together.
And it'll be assessed on the kickoff, correct?
Yes. Yeah, it will be assessed on the kickoff, yes. And that's going to be a 2-point conversion by Howard as well at the 6:43 mark, and we'll see what the call is going to be before we go to break. And they're looking over at Letcher Central to see if they're going to accept it or maybe go over it. And it's a dead ball, personal foul, and that's going to be on Purry Central. So when we come back on the kickoff, it will be assessed against Purry County Central. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
Oh, welcome back as the penalty will be assessed to Purry County Central, and Letcher County Central will kick off from the 45-yard line. Do you think that it could be an onside kick here?
I don't think so. I mean, it's
just pin 'em back.
But if it's me, I just kick another hard roller and try to get them to pick the ball up on the 5.
And, we just talked about not kicking a Gibson, and they execute that squib kick to perfection. So let's see what the Cougars do. And the front group of Purry County Central's got to be alert here at their own 35-yard line. And here comes the kick, and it's going to be another tumbler, and it's going to go to Gibson. Gibson's able to get it on the 3, turns it back, gets a block, turns it back to the center, squirts through again, and he gets to the 17, 18-yard line for the Commodores. So not really good position for
Cody Sturgill with the big player out there on the tackle.
And, it's hard to contain someone like Gibson. And I think
you see a lot of times when a bobble or something, the defense will overrun.
Yeah.
And it
get
opens
out of
up
their
something
lanes.
big.
Right.
But, the Cougars had good gap integrity and stayed in their lanes. And Commodore starting deep in their own territory again.
And got to have something here to the Commodores. Maggard takes the snap, gives it off to Gibson. He's got the edge. He's going to pick up
maybe 2.5.
Yeah, maybe 2 or whatever.
I really I looked at and I saw 2 separate times Commodore players picking up.
Just then, yep.
Yeah, Cougar players. And it's a long way from where this game started 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, kudos to the teams for showing good sportsmanship.
Yep. And you've got a gain of 2 that time by Gibson. Thought he was going to get a little bit more. They come out to the side on that short side over there and stretched it out.
Just couldn't cut it up.
Yeah. So we're under 6 minutes to go now in the third quarter, 2nd and 8. Cecil over here was having a little bit of cramps. I think he's okay now for the Commodores. And it goes to Gibson, and he's going to squirt through, and he's going to pick up the first down for the Commodores. And here comes a flag in.
Is that a face mask again?
And it's probably going to be a face mask.
Just a really impressive run. It looked like there was nothing there, and he squirts out of there and picks up about 10 yards.
Yep, and going to get more attached. Looks like personal foul, and it is a face mask.
I thought I saw a head turn in there.
Yep. And they're going to give Gibson a little bit of a break, a well-deserved break, as Cecil comes back in. Nice to see Cecil coming back in. And, shifty runners, quick runners is Gibson a little bit winded, needs a little bit of a break. He's playing both sides, defense and offense, so he needs that break.
Yeah, Commodore is sitting really nice right now.
Starting to turn the field position back around as that ball will be placed on the 43-yard line for the Commodores. Cecil to the left, and it's going to go to Cecil. It goes off, and there is
Brody Griffin with a nice play in the backfield. I hadn't seen Brody Griffin playing a lot, making a lot of plays. He's very, very quick, and that time shot the gap and able to make a big tackle for a loss right there.
Got to be careful of, got to be real careful after the tackle.
Yeah, Brody's very excited right there.
Yeah. So Griffith breaks through there and gets him for a loss of 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like a 5-yard, maybe 6-yard loss as they mark it. So putting them behind the sticks on the first down play. Second down now and 16 for the Commodores. Got to pick up some right here. Cougars, as you said, they're lining those 5 people up 10 to 12 yards deep.
Yeah, playing
on the
defensive
defensive side
here. And
there goes Cecil, and Cecil squirts again, and he's still fighting, and he almost got away, but Howard comes in.
Yeah, too many hands on him that time, but, boy, those legs were churning.
Yeah, and that's what you teach. 4-yard gain for the Commodores, and that's going to make it 3rd and about 12, maybe 11. Let's give him 3rd and 11.
And you'll see the Cougars defense again probably play the stakes here to keep everything in front of them at the first down marker.
And, in this situation, too, Fugit over there on the short side of the field, wide out, and over here looking for Miller. And I have not seen Josh Miller yet to get one over there, and I'm keep waiting on it.
Yeah, good wheels from him, too.
So here we go as they backs out, and Maggard, and it's going to be, got pressure on him, throw out here, nice tackle by Stidham. He had nowhere to go that time. And
that's a big lick right there from Colton Stidham, but Brody Griffin came through again. He saved off his energy for the second half and forced Maggard to make that throw right there.
So it'll be 4th down for the Commodores, and we've got more cramp problems. And that catch that time was made by, let's see, who was it made that catch?
Is it Miller?
I think I believe it was Collins, and he's the one that's got the cramps, I believe. And with that, I think we're going to take a break, and let's see. Let's take a 30-second break. When we come back, Prairie Central will be 4th down. Stay with us.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Welcome back. As Tyler Robinson was the one that had cramps, ran off the field. Tyler, an outstanding 2-sport athlete for the Commodores, and it will be 4th down, and looks like about 13 after the catch. Maggard back to punt it.
Good place for some trickeration when your quarterback's the punter right here.
Always, and Stidham back to receive. Nice punt.
Yeah, got a lot of hang time on that one.
And Stidham will turn up. Got 2 blockers, and it's going to break down, and
he's got a
turn back, but no,
there's flags everywhere.
Nope, not Fugit. That was Cecil with the tackle, and you got flags. Anytime you turn and then come back, you know what you're going to see.
Yeah, I'd say it's a block in the back.
You're going to see a lot of laundry usually.
So the Cougars will take over deep in their own territory after the penalties assessed.
Or when they turn back, they got that jersey, and you can clearly see the jersey.
And if you guys were watching, Manus did a great exhibition of holding.
Sorry, I didn't mean to tear your shirt off.
That's okay.
3:08 Letcher Central up 28-20, and we'll have the ball after the penalty, and I would imagine that it is a illegal block in the back. So I'll need to show that instead of the holding.
I'm a little down in my back, and I've got golf in the morning, Maina.
Okay, I won't hit you then. But that's going to change the field position after the nice punt by Parker Maggard, and it's going to be on the 21-yard line of the Cougars. Let's see if the Cougars can keep the offensive momentum going. Once again, thank you for tuning in tonight.
Some scores right now. Johnson Central 21-14 over Pikeville. I think it's still 19-7 over there with Knott and Betsy Lane.
And we'll try to get you a score on the Hazard Breathitt game as well. To the right of Holbrook is Sturgill. Holbrook goes back. He's straight back. Got time. It's breaking down, and he'll throw it away. And it's going to be second down and 10. Smart play by Holbrook getting rid of the football.
Perry fans are not really pleased with that call, thinking that he was in the pocket.
Yeah. So we've got a second and 10. And Coach Dixon is talking to the officials, and they're checking with it, and he's going to say.
Yeah, there was a receiver, I think, in the general vicinity.
He turned it back up after that, so, it's kind of a subjective kind of thing, and he's going to say, nope, he was in there, and, I have not heard if they've got a wireless mic. I haven't heard any calls from that. It'll be second and 10. Holbrook steps back, and he's throwing it down the middle.
Nice catch. He trapped it.
And it's going to be on the ground as Braden Day came up and said, I've got the football, but they said it hit the turf, so it's going to be third and 10 now, Jim.
Yeah, and this is a very, very dangerous situation if you're a Cougar, third and 10 and deep in their own territory. You don't want to get the interception. You can always just be conservative and punt it away.
And Coach Dixon telling his defensive lineman to spread wide out of the three-man front.
Usually that means they're going to stun on the inside.
And they don't. Holbrook straight back, but there is Eldridge, and it's going to be front. Is it going to be and it's going to be, I think Sturgill got on it if they called it a fumble. Didn't see a beanbag being thrown.
No, I didn't see the beanbag, and
So I didn't know if his arm was coming forward or not, and it looks like it's going to be fourth down and about 7. So the Cougars will have to punt the football.
And first time tonight.
And that's going to turn the field position around as well here for the Commodores as Gibson will go back, and anytime Gibson's got the ball out there, and of course, who goes back with him? Cecil goes back.
Yeah, I'm punting this thing to the sideline.
So here comes the punt, and it's a nice punt right at Gibson, but
he's got
no
the
hang
sideline.
time.
There's nobody there.
And he clips through, and he's going to get a nice gain, and that's going to be down to the 39-yard line of the Cougars in nice position at 2:11 of the third quarter for the Commodores, and they're down 28-20 looking to go to pay dirt.
Yeah, Braxton Banks with the tackle over there for the Cougars.
Nice move by Gibson. He had a defender there for just a second. It had a beat on him, and he just sidestepped him and picked up another 5 to 6 yards.
Yeah, he's a really fun kid to watch out there.
So 39-yard line. Maggard comes out, and they'll huddle up.
It's been a great game tonight, Manus.
Yep. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope the viewers have enjoyed it as well.
Cougars have been pretty stingy with the run. Let's see if Maggard goes to the air.
And he's going to throw it back over here to Gibson. Up comes Stidham, but unable to make the tackle. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? Nope. He's going to come up a half-yard short. So nice job by Stidham to turn him back in to the defense.
Yeah, these running backs, though, you really can't make that big hit on them. You can't leave your feet because if you do, you're just going to be looking at grass because they're so shifty.
You're going to be looking at your lingerie. On the 40, let's say second down and 11. Maggard looking over to Coach Prey. Let's see what they dial up here. Collins will readjust over here on the short side. Steps back. Maggard with just over a little, thrown over it a little bit. He was looking at Collins over here.
He really threw a bullet right there. Didn't give Collins much of a chance to make a play on it.
Yeah, and Letcher Central playing soft off of him had the probably could have picked up 5 or 6 yards there. But now it's 3rd and 10, and we're looking at 4 down territory.
You're getting really close to 4 down territory right here.
Yep. Let's see what they come up with.
If I'm throwing something underneath and make it a manageable 4th down.
And you see Cecil over there in the slot area. You got Gibson to the right here for Maggard.
They're changing the play as you look and see Griffith and Howard showing blitz, and they just checked into another play right here.
Very soft on it. They look to run to it, and it's down the middle, and it's going to be behind him. And that was going to be thrown to, I think that was the Fugit.
Yeah, and the last couple of plays, Maggard a little shaken up. I mean, he looks like he's just not as accurate as he was early on. It could be that the Cougars are getting a little bit more pressure up front.
Yep. And Prairie Central is going to go ahead and punt the football with 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
But like I said, when your quarterback's the punter, never be surprised with what could happen here.
Especially on the other side of the field. And Maggard elects to punt it, and that's a nice punt, but it's going to go into the end zone, and that will be 1 minute and 12 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and they'll have the ball out at the 20-yard line. And let's see if the Commodores can keep the Cougars pinned in their end of the field.
Cougars, they've relied so heavily on the pass. And, at some point, the game's getting to the point where that running game, you start to see if you wear down your defensive line a little bit. The Cougars play a lot of players one way up front.
Right. And here we go. Holbrook, it's going to be thrown out to Howard, and he sidesteps him, and I think he's going to pick up a couple.
Now, big hit on the play by number 11 for Prairie Central.
And that's Haddock.
Yeah, big hit coming up on Howard.
And you got to give Josh Miller some of that credit because he's the person that Howard had to sidestep, and that slowed down everything. So picks up, they're going to give him 3 yards. 2nd down, 7, as the clock moves inching closer to the end of the 3rd quarter, 40 seconds to go. Got a bunch set over here nearest to us. Once again,
somebody moved a little early there.
I thought they did too. Now here goes the throw, and it's thrown up and should have been intercepted.
Yeah, that was to kind of come out of his hand funny. And
I don't know if somebody ran the wrong, but there were 3 people in the same area.
Yeah.
So.
I think they were trying to run a switch route. When that does, the inside receiver is supposed to come to the sideline. The outside receiver cuts to the middle of the field. They were in the same place.
That's what when I looked up, that's what I said. And that will make it 3rd and 7 for the Cougars at 26 seconds. And we've got another Commodore who is suffering from cramps. So, once again, the Commodores, and you mentioned about the line of Letcher Central playing just one way. When you've got young players like the Commodores playing both ways on it's not a really hot night, but it doesn't really matter.
Well, we are playing with high energy, and these teams have really just took haymaker after haymaker at each other. It starts to take its toll. As we've seen some players cramp up tonight. Directly related to just playing at a high level.
And, and we talked earlier at the pregame, we talked about, Letcher Central is no longer in 4A with Prairie County Central. And, it's really good to have these natural rivals, and you keep playing them. It's a good crowd for the people of Prairie County when they host it, and it's also a good crowd when they come to Letcher County Central. So you need that in your program, and, the fans enjoy the games. They may you holler and yell and go on during the game, but afterward they enjoy the game immensely.
Yeah,
so.
and you know, these, like you said, the natural rivals, and I hope these teams continue to play forever. I was very disappointed. You know, we tried to get Harlan back on the schedule and was unable to do that. But for, you know, these teams that are in close proximity, it's good to have them to play.
And we're just going to hold for just a second and to see.
27-14, Johnson Central getting some space on Pikeville at Jim Matney Field.
And, you know, the thing about Johnson Central, they just pound you so much. And, really just pound you. And that wears you down when that gets into that third and fourth quarter. And, you know, Pikeville typically has the numbers of a 4 or 5A team. You know, they have so much interest in all that, but in their football program, and we've talked numerous times about how much winning does for your program, and you want to play for a winner. And it just takes a while to get that winning going.
Well, you know, you talk about, you know, the culture of a successful football program. And, you know, a lot of times I hear people say, you know, oh, this school puts too much emphasis on sports. But, you know, so often those are the kids that are playing. They have the highest attendance. They have the highest academic standards.
Yeah.
And they're vested in their school. So
and that's what you want in every school, and you know, throughout the mountains, is that Cecil that's getting up. And, you know, I mentioned earlier, and, you know, he's being helped off, and I hope he's okay. And but you know, you got to run him down.
He's got cramps in both legs.
Yes, as coaching staff helps him off. And here we go, 3rd and 7 with 26 seconds to go. Under center, out of the eye comes Holbrook, and let's see, he's got a fake, and it's going to be opposite to it.
And just a little inside trap, but they're going to get a penalty there.
I believe it's going to be on Outlaw.
It was a beautiful inside trap play as they faked the toss and came inside to Stidham, but it's going to be negated and going to make it a much more difficult 3rd down.
You know, looked at Holbrook, and I thought about Billy Jack Haskins, number 7 for the University of Kentucky. And I saw him do that against Tennessee and run a whole lot of times with that misdirection or trap.
I tell you, Billy Jack was a one gutsy quarterback.
From Paducah.
Yeah, he was a gutsy quarterback. So this is a big 3rd, and it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 12.
I believe I believe they have marked it there. So,
you know, at this point, you know, Cougars got to be really careful here. You don't want to turn the ball over this deep in the territory.
And I don't believe they do not have to run a play here. Let's see if Coach Matthews elects for them to 3, and it's 2, and it's 1, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter at 28. Letcher County Central, Perry County Central 20. We've got a 4th quarter that you will stay around with us, so be back in 30 seconds.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman game of the week, and when we come back, it's 3rd down and 12. Big play here for the Commodore defense, and 28-20, Letcher County Central.
Commodore's showing blitz right here, but they're going to back out of it.
And they throw it over their bubble screen, and that's going to be, he's
wow,
got room.
Stevens is going to check
40,
out right here.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10-5 touchdown Stevens, and we'll see, are there any flags?
I don't see any flags, but that 3rd and long has haunted the Commodores all night long.
82 yards, Jim.
Yeah, Stevens just really just a quick little screen out there and one guy to beat, and he just runs by everybody else.
And that is a killer for Perry County Central with 11:47 to go in the game.
So Perry Central will go out now and try for the extra. Letcher Central will try for the extra point now.
So Stevens, after he broke contain.
Maybe not. Maybe they're going to go for 2 again.
I believe they are. And, Emma Adams is at the soccer match in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
So good luck to those Lady Cougars down there. And
the
they
Cougars
are
have
going
had a
for 2.
successful soccer season. I think they're 1 in the district right now.
I always enjoy watching soccer matches. Perry Central, Letcher Central, Estill, and Powell. He rolls out to the right, throws it.
What a play by Outlaw.
Catch.
Wow, what a play by Outlaw.
Oh, my. And that's going to be a 2-point conversion, and that will make it 34-20. Letcher County Central, 11:47 left in the game. Stay with us here on Hometown 24 for the final 11 minutes and 47 seconds. I about got it out of there. So stay with us.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hindman Game of the Week as Letcher Central extends the lead out to 16, 36-20 at the 11:47 mark after the 82-yard run and pass from Holbrook to Stevens in a 2-point conversion. And the score from down at Hazard up 42-21. Thank you, Bumper Adams. Probably eating that bologna sandwich and drinking an RC on his recliner. 42-21.
Shelby Valley final, 35. Floyd County 0. Floyd Central 0. Fort Thomas Highlands taking the lead over Boyle County up there in northern Kentucky.
And getting ready to kick off, and a little sense of urgency might be coming in on the Cougars. On the Cougars kick it through back, and they hadn't made it ready for play yet. I've seen a sense of urgency for the Commodores offense this time. I don't think they had a ready for play yet, and they're going to come back and kick it again. I'm getting all kinds of tongue-tied stuff going on here, Jim. I'm going to have to work on it. I don't think it looks like maybe there is the ready for play.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the reason we're kicking off again.
Well, they
or did they kick off from the 40?
They jumped off sides or crossed the line of scrimmage.
Okay, and here comes the kick, and it's going to be straight back to Gibson. Gibson is going to veer to his right, and he's got a little room, and he's going to be tackled over there on the 32-yard line. And anytime Gibson has the football,
you kind of hold your breath because something's going to happen.
and it's usually good for the Commodores. So make it the 33-yard line for the Commodores, and got to have something here.
Well, you're still not in panic area. You're down 2 scores, but, maybe to open the playbook up a little bit wider. Is Cecil back in the game yet?
I tried to find him over here, and he's been rubbed over here as to the right of the tent. So not back in. That's a big loss for the Commodores. Maggard steps back. He's getting pressure, and he's going to go down.
We talked about the, the endurance.
And it was Fields.
And, Fields But you talk about starting to wear down when when you're having to play both ways a lot of the times. This fourth quarter is where that starts to come
materialize,
into play.
right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a loss. Looks like to me.
Looks like about 8.
They're going yeah, on the mark. I thought he might have got a little bit more, but it's going to be. They're going to give him 16. They're going to give him a loss of 6.5, 7-6.
Cougars secondary still playing really soft out here.
Yep. And running on the ball, and there he's going to turn around and throw it, and that's going to be stopped right there. That was Day, and that's going to give him forward progression to the 31.
Yeah, Stevens quickly up to make the tackle right there and Stidham.
And that's going to make it third down and 11 and about 12.
Yeah, big third down right here, Manus. You don't want to give the Cougars good field position, and you're definitely not in 4-down territory.
Yep. So it's big play here. Once again, thank you for tuning in tonight. We do appreciate it.
Cougars playing at the first down stakes again, 5 deep across the secondary.
And here comes the pass, and he's getting pressure. He doesn't go down. Nice move by Mager. Gets it out today, and he's going to come up 3 yards short.
Yeah, it looked like number 10 for the Cougars. That was Braxton Banks. Had him in grips for a big loss, and he just went a little high on him, and Parker ducked under it.
And I believe they're going to go for it, Jim. Or at least try to get them off sides here. 4th down, and it's going to be a little bit more than 2 as Mager brings them to the line. And they're going for it. Mager's going to throw it out here, and it's going to be a nice catch, and it's going to be first down Commodores. Man, broke on the ball, but Griff, nice hands, and that's going to be first down Commodores. A little bit more desperate than I thought they were.
Yeah.
First down, 9:24, and the clock winds. Looking over to the sideline. Maggard takes the snap, goes straight back, throws the football, and it's going to be right through, I believe that was Dave's intended receiver.
Yeah, you can see now the Commodores a little quicker to the line of scrimmage. Looking to spread the field out and attack underneath that soft zone of the Cougars.
Still trying to find Cecil, and I do not believe he's right down here in front of us. I think, unfortunately, he's not going to make it back out. And Neese is limping off for the Commodores as Miller will come in for him.
Yeah, holding the groin looks like
that's not a good sign.
No, that's a tough one.
So,
yeah, it's been a very, very hard-hitting game tonight.
Yes, it has. 8:59 on the clock in the game. 36-20, Letcher County Central. Maggard steps back, throws the football out here, and it's a little bit behind him, and that was Griffith. Stidham on the coverage.
Yeah, just kind of got him off his rhythm. Had to bend down and pick the ball up on a quick pass, Maggard did, and it kind of got him out of rhythm. Looked more like a screen as they slipped their lineman downfield in that situation.
So 3rd and 10 for the Commodores. Maggard with a snap, steps up. Doesn't have much room, but then it gets it to, and that's going to be a first down Commodores.
Yeah, great route, nice pass by Maggard as he steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike right there.
And Tyler Robinson ones that makes that play, and Robinson up a little gimpy, and he's going to try to get to the sideline a little bit.
Yeah, he's.
And, Robinson, like you said, run a good route to get the first down, and it's on the 43 of the Cougars.
It like he might have twisted his ankle right there.
I don't think it's cramps. I don't like to speculate about anything. Maggard bearing it up, goes to Gibson, and he's going to get 4 yards on the carry. And they move up. It looked like to me they're a little bit quicker to the line now with we're moving to the 8:25 mark in the game.
Yeah, clock really still not a huge factor, but, starting to wind down a little bit.
It'll be 2nd and 7. Maggard got to be careful about anything over the middle. Throws the ball right there. He is nice.
He dropped the ball, but he picked
dropped
it back up.
And that's going to be a first down for the Commodores. Coaching staff was over at Letcher Central,
to Letcher Central,
and Letcher Central's going to recover it, they say.
I haven't seen the
They've got
official
the
call.
football. Banks has the football, and he's going to get the recovery, and that's big time for the Cougars.
That's a tough one for the Commodores, and I don't know. Look, I thought the ball bounced back to him, but, when it gets into the pile, sometimes it's the stronger hands that prevail.
I was looking actually if they were going to call it an incomplete pass.
Because I never saw the beanbag come out.
Yeah, I didn't either. And Banks is going to pick up the fumble recovery, and that puts the ball at the 32 and a big-time turnover for the Commodores. And it kind of, deflates you when you get into scoring territory.
Yeah, after, 3 really nice passes by Maggard to march him down here.
And I just said he has to be careful, and he was. A little hitch route looked like to me, and it's just a big-time turnover. First down and 10. And it's going to go to Sturgill. He sidestepped. Oh, nice hit by guess who?
I know who the hit was. 55. Guys, I'm telling you, you better remember that name because Miller is he's a stud.
Yep. And that's going to they gave him maybe a half of a yard. But, Letcher Central, how much do you do? How much you run to kind of chew that clock
I'm
up?
chewing it. If I'm the coach, I'm really going to try to take my time and run it down, try to pick up one first down and get it down around 5 minutes.
And you're going to look at the play clock, and it's going to be a
Great
throw
block
out there. And it's going to pick up a little bit out there, but
Yeah, it was a great block by, I think it was Stidham or Stevens one that made just a really
I believe it was Stevens that made the good block that opened it up, and they're going to give him forward progress to, looks like.
Yeah, about the 38, 37.
36. I thought he got more than that, but who am I to question?
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and a long 5 or short 6 right here.
And how safe are you with the football right here? And what does Prairie Central dial up on the defensive side?
I don't know if you start looking to maybe gamble a little bit more by stunting your linebackers, but, they've not did a whole lot of blitzing tonight.
Logan Cottle in on this left wing side, and here they come, and he's going to twist and turn, and I think he's only going to pick up 2, and we've got flags coming. And, And there comes another flag, late flag, and that's going to be at Letcher Central, as the official said something to as they were walking back to their huddle.
Yeah, that's
so if that's 2 unsportsmanlike penalties against or a late hit, then you've got 30 yards coming. Yeah. Let's see as they. As the officials huddle up, let's see.
And you've got to be aware of the. There's never a time for that, but at this point of the game, when you're trying to
put a team away,
and you do stuff like that, that's putting yourself in front of the team, and
that's a lack of discipline on the individual.
Yeah, that's inexcusable.
So there is a 2 unsportsmanlike, a personal foul, and then a unsportsmanlike foul, and that's going to take them back 30 yards, and that's going to put the ball, and that changes a lot of things, puts it at the 11.
Well, now you're going to run the ball and punt, and you're still going to be giving Prairie Central the ball back on their side of the field.
Changes the field position greatly there with a 30-yard loss. And the officials are talking to Coach Matthews over there and explaining to him who the calls were on.
Is that a loss of down too, or?
That was not a loss of down, I do not believe. But it is fourth down. And the clock will be wound, and the official is asking and it is going to be fourth down because he came up short on that, and it was dead ball.
That's right.
So it's going to be fourth and Perry County, and it's going to be a kick to Gibson, and he's not going to be able to pick it up.
Ends up, and there's another flag.
And there comes two, and there comes three. So it's been too good a game for this to start to occur.
Yeah, that's.
So let's see. Once again, we've got three flags, and they're all within 5 yards of each other.
So I think everybody saw it.
Yep. So I think it's probably the same call here. So with 5:56 to go, 36-20, Letcher County Central here.
There.
And it's going to be holding on Perry County Central.
I didn't see it, but it must have been obvious because 3 officials saw it.
I just wonder sometimes when the same 3 officials see the same thing, what's going on? Where's something else is going on somewhere else?
Yeah, that was a really, tough break for the Commodores because they had a great field position, and now it puts it back on their side of the 50 with 5:56 to go.
And, Griffith wasn't able to get to that punt before it hit the turf, and it just allowed for no return, and then you get, like you said, you've got that penalty. So it's on the 43-yard line as a late sub. Martin comes in, and that's going to be a stop by Fields.
Yeah, nice play right there.
Fields met him, and that's going to be a 3-yard loss.
And now, as we approach 5 minutes, the clock does become quite the issue here.
Yep.
Both teams still have all their timeouts, but Commodores, have to hit 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions.
And here we go, second down and 13. Baggert getting Miller to come over. And he's got pressure, and it's going to be Brody Griffith comes in. Nobody there for him.
No, nobody. I mean, he came through so free that he stopped because and then collapsed down on Maggard.
Maggard didn't have any time whatsoever to do anything with the football.
Bring up 3rd and 18 for the Commodores.
And we're under 5 minutes. And a few of the Commodore faithful gets up and to leave. Commodore's got to speed it up right here a little bit. Maggard, once again, he's going to be, and it's going to be Griffith again.
And Griffin just long and fast, but you see him helping him up, and I really like to see that.
Yeah. And that's going to, I think, Perry Central's going to elect to punt it, looks like, as the clock winds down to the 4-minute mark.
Now you look at this, it's something that makes my heart warm. You see a Letcher Central player stretching out one of the Commodore players that's having a cramp.
And that's Colton Stidham. That's the kind of stuff that, you battle all night, and then you shake your hand at the end of the game and then help out, and you say, I'll get you to the next time I play.
Yeah, and I really we see so many negative things today, and it's, when I see something positive,
we stress
it. You definitely stress it because, guys, there's way too much negative we see nowadays.
Yep. And it looks like that is, and that was Fugit that was down, and he hobbles off at the 4:05 mark. Perry Central will be punting the football. And once again, Stidham will go back for Letcher County Central. And I think they're going to play safe, thinking there may be a fake involved
I
here.
think that's a very good decision if you're the Cougar defense. But it's 4th and like a million.
33, yep. And Maggard right down the middle, and Stidham scoops it up, and he's going to turn back. But, oh, nice play.
Yeah, he just got hammered by number 16
Hurley.
for the Commodores.
Dylan Hurley, nice play on the special teams. Met him there.
Another cramp out on the field.
Yep.
Is that Stidham cramping?
I believe that's Stidham. Yes, it is. But I'll tell you something about Perry Central, and we've echoed it several times. And Dylan Hurley makes that tackle, and he's guess what he is? A freshman.
Yeah. Some scores rolling in now. Louisville Trinity, big win over Carmel, Indiana, 41-28. Bell County remains 4-0 with a 36-7 win over Harlan County, giving them their first loss of the season. A big surprise here for me, Pulaski County 35.
They've been a little bit down this year.
Corbin 28.
That should send things throughout the 13th region area. But, the thing about it is here, you've got 346, and Letcher Central split. They split Holbrook here.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if the ball goes in the air a whole lot more.
And there's Sturgill, he's got the edge. Nice block by Stevens, and he's going to go 40, and he turns back 35-30, and that's where he'll
stay in bounds and keep the clock moving.
28-yard run by Sturgill. And, the battle that Perry Central has done tonight, though, we've said and we've said and we've said, they pretty much, and they've worn down.
But, brighter days are ahead. So if the Perry Central faithful can hang tough with this youth, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in another year or two.
Yep. And, they've given their all.
Yep.
You got Howard directly behind Holbrook here, and I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Howard to finish out. And there goes Howard, and Haddix drags him down after a gain of about 3. And at what time do you go ahead and call your timeouts if you're Perry Central here? And clock winds again at the 2:45 mark. 30-yard line.
It'll be right close to 2 minutes when they snap the ball, 2:10 if they.
And moving slow, and Holbrook's going to make sure the play clock winds all the way down before the ball is hot. And he's going to fake it and go outside, Holbrook does, and that's going to go down to the 25-yard line as near the 2-minute mark.
I don't know about you, Manus, but if that was a read play, I would tell my quarterback, hand it off. You can
not an RPO read.
No, let's ill afford to have him
with a shoulder or anything else.
So it looks like Perry Central's not going to call their timeouts and let the clock progress.
And once again, it's been a battle, and Johnson Central is looks like to me Johnson Central and 35-14 now. So breaking loose a little bit from the Pikeville Panthers. And Coach Matthews didn't like something there. And we're going to take a 30-second timeout, 36-20, 1:23 to go in the game. So stay with us. Welcome back after the timeout from Coach Matthews. 3rd down and 5, 36-20, 1:23 to go.
Yeah, first down right here, you sawed it away.
Yep. Holbrook takes it, hands it off to Howard, and Howard will bull in, and he's held up, and it's going to be short of the first down. And look at Coach Dixon, and he's going to call a timeout. And we'll just stay here, and Jim.
It's been a great game to watch tonight. Very physical on both sides. We've seen some outstanding quarterback play from junior play caller Gunnar Holbrook and from Parker Maggard. Both threw the ball really well.
Yep.
Very impressed with the youth of Perry Central.
And, they've given it all. And, sometimes moral victories, you talk. Coaches don't like to say anything about a moral victory. But Perry Central see a lot of good things from them.
When you start,
seeing them live rather than watching on tape.
Yeah, when you're starting that many freshmen and sophomores out there and really giving Letcher Central all they could handle for 3 quarters.
Well, you're talking about 14, 15, 16-year-old kids going against the older team.
It's a big difference.
As you well know as a coach, you know that in football. So Sturgill to his right, and Holbrook's going to go out, and he's going to take up time. He's going to throw the football, and it's going to be not anywhere near somebody. And don't know sure if that was what exactly was needing to transpire, but with 1 minute to go, it will be 4th down. Oh. Did I miss a down there?
No, that was 4th down.
Okay.
So Commodores will take over here, and a minute left on their 29-yard line.
So 1 minute to go, and I think it hurt too for Cecil to go out of the football game, and when you've got 2 cramps and you just can't go, and I hate it for that young man. Here goes the blitz, throw out to the edge, and I believe that was that's Fugit, I believe, and the ball comes out, but he was down, and the clock will continue to wind, and there comes a penalty.
And I don't know. I saw somebody helping up on one of the other players, and then the flag comes in.
So I don't know what transpired there. It's away from us on the other sideline. And it's going to be against Perry County Central, so something may have been said. And I think when it's been said, Coach Dixon, probably the perpetrator, is going to come to the sideline. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And the clock will wind. Once again, thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight. And Monday we will have a volleyball game, Hazard and Knott County Central. And next week we'll be at Knott County and Phelps. And football is Griffin still trying to gain yardage here as the clock keeps winding.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that'll probably do it right here.
Yeah,
I don't know if the Commodores will take another snap.
They're not going to, and that victory will improve Letcher County Central to 3-1, and Perry County Central will drop to 1-3 on the 36-20 victory by Letcher County Central. And the Alice Lloyd player of the game will be Gunnar Holbrook, the quarterback for Letcher County Central.
Yeah, Gunnar did a great job tonight, running the offense. Really very accurate. You can tell the maturation of him from the previous years, being able to go through his progressions and make those passes under duress.
And, you got to give kudos to the defensive team of Letcher Central in the second half, holding the Commodores to 0 points in the second half. So good adjustments were made by the defensive staff of Letcher County Central. But, we echo and ad nauseum about Perry County Central, but good things are going to come to that team. And the next time we see them, I look forward to the continued improvement made by Coach Dixon and his staff.
Yeah, no doubt.
So with that being said and everything, any final thoughts, Jim?
I think that both teams have improved dramatically over the last time I had a chance to watch them, and I expect both teams to make, and being in the district that Perry's in, it's a little tougher this year.
Right.
But, with Lawrence, with that big win over Paul Blazer the other night,
it's going to be not an easy path for the Cougars.
For the Cougars. But both teams played well tonight, and we had some unsportsmanlike. But honestly, probably one of the cleaner games that we've had between these two teams. So kudos to the coaches and players for good sportsmanship tonight.
Yeah, and I hope everybody goes home injury-free. I know we saw a lot of cramps, but hopefully nothing major comes of it. But with that being said, thanks to all of our sponsors, and thanks to the Hometown 24 crew, as always. They're outstanding. And with that being said, we will see you next Friday on the Bank of Hyman game at Knox County. So, good night.